reality test. Voices blended, rhythmic quest. Lies will fade, truth will manifest.
This is what I said to him.
CT.
and listen, just because you find one
He's got the numbers on his side. Every number has a secret guide. Decoding the signs one by one, unveiling the truth till the job is done. Zachary's on a mission, can't you see? He's the hero that the world will need. With a calculator, a mind so clear, he uncovers the truths they want to disappear. From the chaos, he finds the code, breaking down the patterns on the road. Every day, every name, every day, Zachary's got the numbers they can't escape. He's the Gematria hero, shining so bright, breaking through the lies, revealing the night. With his numbers, he sees the way, unmasking the secrets they try to keep at bay. He's the one who will expose.
Why don't you go
read every single
nations then? Why don't you go do it? Why don't you go up to the front line? To the jet.
Fighting for the world, no matter the cost.
The reason for that too.
Yeah, because I need to have a job. That's the reason. Sure, get a job, Quackery. Don't quit your day job. What are you, a Gematria teacher? Are you really teaching Gematria?
Well,
Don't
again,
quit your day job to teach your Gematria. I mean, that's not even good for society. You try to fraud and shill and slander people with Gematria, and it's fake. Your Gematria is literally fake. You're not teaching Gematria. If you were teaching Gematria, I'm not even going to say it. I'm not a troll. I was part of your... I thought we were one big research community that I didn't know Gematria like tried to take over the world. I didn't know you were Gematria supremacist.
He's a what? He's a what?
I didn't realize that you were just a Gematria supremacist. I thought we were a bigger, greater research community. I thought we were all friends. The fuck are you talking? I mean, I'm sorry, but Jesus Christ, this guy is insane.
Oh my God.
How dare you, Zachary K. Hubbard?
From the Oval Office, a voice so bold, a plan is forged, a story unfolds. With a handshake firm and a twinkle bright, he says, we'll fix this, we'll make it right. The cameras flash, the world's in awe. A new idea, a brand new law. Take the land, move them out. Trump declares with zero doubt. The world holds its breath, the pundits rage. Is this the start of a brand new age? Phoebe smiles, the deal's in play. Trump just changed the game today. Big win for Israel, the deal is set. History's rolling, place your bets. America leads, the world's in shock. Trump just flipped the ticking clock. A land disputed, a tale so old. But here comes Trump, so fierce, so bold. Move him out, let's build a nation watching. Could this be true? Some say it's genius, some say it's mad. Fox is cheering, CNN sad. A strategy wild, a gamble high. The art of the deal won't be denied. The world shakes hands, the lines are drawn. Another sunrise, a new dawn. History shifting, the dice are cast. Trump just made a move to last. Big win for Israel, the deal is set. History's rolling, place your bets. And America leads, the world's in shock. Trump just flipped a ticking clock. Some say it's madness, some say it's fate, but history favors the ones who dictate. rotate. Borders change, the strong survive. In the game of nations, only kings thrive. The protests rise, the streets ignite, but Trump stands tall, he loves the fight. Tweets all flying, the world debates, but history's written by those who create. Bibi laughs, the deal is signed, Palestine left in a bind. Trump waves big, hops on a plane, another day, another game. Big win for Israel, the deal is set, history's rolling, place your bet. As America leads, the world's in shock, how Trump just flipped the ticking clock. Big win for Israel, fate is sealed, the leader's vision, the nation's shield. The headlines roar, the people cheer, Trump's mark is made loud and clear. Oh, you may love it, you may hate it, but history never forgets the bold.
Take just a grade of A!
What's up, guys? Salute to you all. Positivity is definitely coming your way. Guys, normally, again, I keep saying it. I generally take the weekends off. However, because of the suspension, I'm here for you guys. So salute to you all. Positivity is coming your way at the speed of light. Guys, get the likes up, share the video. This is like Lent or something. Jesus Christ, I ain't tight, guys. Got a good show for today. Happy Sunday, by the way, man, guys. It is a beautiful day where I am at. Put a 1 in the chat if it is beautiful where you are at, man. We got a lot of people already in the building. We have Blue Deers. Blue Deers says, I just subscribed, with the fire sign or the fire emoji from Australia. What is that? The earth, a kangaroo, and a fire, and a smiley face. Thank you so much, Blue Deers. Guys, give Blue Deers a big thumbs up, $ sign emoji. Positivity is definitely coming your way at the speed of light. So glad that you guys are in the building yet again. Salute to you all, man. Positivity is coming your way at the speed of light, guys. It is a beautiful, beautiful Sunday once again, as I've stated before. And I want you guys to know that I'm sending out positivity to you all. Let me know if you got it. Welcome to the great house of chaotic truth. Get the likes up, share the video. Go over to Pops and Politics. Go over to Just the Guys podcast and subscribe. Get the likes up, guys. Share the video. I want to talk about a multiplicity of topics today. I want to talk about robots and AI. This is the main topic, actually. Are foundational black and white Americans ready for the AI takeover? I hate to break it to you, but it is going to happen. It's coming. And the old days of or yesteryear is never coming back. Gone are the days of manual labor at a high rate. The future is going to be absolutely crazy. So I want to show and go over some articles about robots, AI, and what is going to be the future. What is going to be the future of mankind? What levels of adaptability are you going to have to cultivate? Because you're gonna have to adapt to this new future with robots and automation. It's just gonna happen, particularly with us going into a civilization or type 1 civilization. So I'm going to talk about that today. I'm also going to talk about Secret Service had to bust a cap in someone at the White House today. Some crazy dude, could have been a woman, hopped the fence. And I don't know if the guy is dead, but had to put some slugs in him, So I want to talk about that as well. I also want to talk about the ongoing situation in Syria. I know a lot of you Americans don't care. A lot of you Christian Americans don't care, but you should care because the Syrian, there's a Muslim faction there that are systematically going around and deleting Christians, So there are not that many content creators that dare to discuss this, but I will. A lot of y'all are just scared, cowards. And again, that's just your modern day Westerner, um, living in the lap of luxury in the West. You don't really have any problems here in the West, and there are soft targets in the West. A lot of the soft targets are just talking about black people all day. We're talking about the small hat people, but the people who are actually, doing harm to you, to your fellow Christian brethren, you don't want to discuss that. So I want to talk about that as well. What else am I talking about today? We're gonna talk about a lot of stuff today, actually, guys. Today's gonna be a real chill day. Get the likes up, guys. Share the video. I want to also talk about Candace Owens as well, and a host of other topics. Who do we have in the bill? Oh, we got a super chat already. Nas with the $2 super sticker. Salute to you, Nas. Positivity is definitely.
Must be the money. Must be the money. Got to be, 'cause I got what's wanting to be my friend.
Thank you so much, Nas. Guys, Nas, thank you so much, man, for all of these super stickers, man. Positivity is definitely coming your way at the speed of light, man. Thank you so much, man. Nas, what do you think about? Well, first of all, salute to you, man. And positivity is definitely coming your way at the speed of light, man. What are you doing this Sunday morning? Are you in good health? How's the family? Shout out to you, man. Positivity is coming your way. Guys, give Nas a big thumbs up, $ sign emoji. Nas, what do you think about the ongoing situation in Syria? Are you even hip to it? I want to know what you guys think about the ongoing situation, guys. Put that in the chat. Write that in the chat. What are you guys doing also this Sunday, this beautiful Sunday, man? The dog days of winter are pretty much over. Get out there, guys. Go for a walk. Go for a run. Enjoy nature if you can. Go to a park. Go biking if you can, man. Try something new this year or this summer or this spring. Who else do we have in the building? We already have Lindy Lou with the good morning, sir. Good morning to you, Lindy Lou. Positivity is definitely coming your way at the speed of light. Thank you so much. I hope all is well with you and yours. Guys, give Lindy Lou a big thumbs up, $ sign emoji. Positivity is coming your way. Lindy, what are you doing this morning? How was your Sunday? How's the family? Salute to you. Positivity, once again, is coming your way. Lindy, are you up to speed about the situation in Syria? You guys claim to be Christians, you guys, I'm a Christian, I'm a 1 Thessalonians 5:4, y'all get the quote in Bible scripture. But I want to know what you guys think about what's going on in Syria, because to me, this is the greatest attack, not greatest in a great way, but what I mean is, and let me clarify, this is a large scale event against Christians that we've probably seen in modern times. In 2 days, I think 2,000 or 3,000 Christians, and those videos are absolutely horrifying. But I want to know what all of you Christians think today. You guys are going to your little comfortable, some of you guys do via churches now, you guys go online to church. Some of you guys are in your car, you're driving on your little paved roads in your little rural or cities, wherever you live at, and you just driving, and you probably might stop and get some coffee, you're probably listening to some gospel music. And you go to your little comfortable church and you sit on your little comfortable bench. But I wonder what is going to be the topic of discussion in a lot of these churches today. Now, Syria is clearly across the world, but I wonder what do you guys think about these Muslims and these this ongoing conflict right now. So I'm really curious what you guys are gonna say in the comment section, you know. But I listen, I'm telling you, man, I attempt at least to understand humanity, and I'm seeing humanity for what it really is. You guys, y'all ain't really about that life, you know, to be honest with you, man. And these Muslims, man, you know, it's in their, I think it's in their book, you know, it's in their book to eliminate Christians, man. But see, it's easy to talk about the small hat people. It's easy to talk about the blacks, yeah. But y'all, I dare one of y'all to talk about what's going on over in Syria, because I'm gonna read it. You know, this is from the New York Times. Chaos sweeps coastal Syria. We have to get out of here. I'm gonna read that in a minute, but I'm gonna go over the chat. But salute to you, Lindy. Positivity is coming your way at the speed of light. Thank you so much for all of your support. Who else do we have in the building? We have Trisket in the building. Good morning. Good morning to you, Trisket. Positivity is definitely coming your way at the speed of light. Guys, get the likes up, share the video. Positivity is coming your way. God, we got Twiz in the building. We have Zzz in the building. Even Joe Rogan is openly noticing. We have Doc the Butcher in the building. Says morning, everyone. And oh yeah, CT, salute to you. The Chosen Infinite. Why is my phone hot, CT? Maybe it's because there are people in there. I am just asking a computer nerdy. I have no idea. I'm not a tech guy. Abba's Child is in the building. Says hello, CT in chat. Guys, good morning to you all. Positivity is definitely coming your way. What's up, Abba's Child? How are you this morning? How was the family? Positivity is definitely coming your way. Thank you for all of your support. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. What are you doing today? What are you doing today? What are your activities today? We have All Bat Witch. Thank you so much. Positivity is coming your way. Thank you so much, man. We got Chili Dog in the building. Positivity is coming your way. We have Tatum in the building. We have Wolfpack in the building. Salute to you, Wolfpack. We have Beak, man. What's up, Beak? Positivity is coming your way at the speed of light, Beak. Thank you so much, man, for all of the support. Really appreciate you, Beak, man. Thank you so much. And for the membership. Thank you so much. And speaking of membership, a lot of the videos are in the members only package now. For a few reasons. There are people out there that are striking the channel. There are haters out here striking the channel. And so I have to put some of the crazier live streams behind the paywall. Shout out to you guys, man. But hopefully you guys will understand. And shout out to all of the current members. Thank you so much. Abba's Child says, I hope you can get 12,000 subs this week, CT. Hey, I hope I could get 12 million subs. I hope I could get 12 million subs, Abba's Child. You know, I have a voice for this, to be completely honest with you. And my goal is not money, not fame, but I would love for millions of people to hear my voice. That's my goal. You know, that's my dream, to be completely honest with you. Who else do we have in the building for today? We have the Chosen Infinite. Positivity is coming your way at the speed of light. Who else do we have? We have Chukwu in the building. Says salute, CT. The future for FBA means no more white guilt about slavery and robot racism with Siri and Alexa using the N-word. Let me see. Thank you so much, Chukwu. Positivity is coming your way at the speed of light. Who else do we have in the building? We have Glow in the building. It says CT Sunday. Salute to you, Glow. We have Boo in the building. Salute to you, Boo. We have Pro Bowler Lefty in the building. Salute to you, Pro Bowler Lefty. We have the Hater Cell in the building. It says CT live on a Sunday with the question mark. Yes, I am, man. Because, you know, I was gone for so many days, man. And I got to play a little game of catch up. You know, I got to play a little game of catch up. Let me see. Lindy Lou says, Cat of Truth, I'm chilling this morning. Daughter's coming over for dinner. What are you cooking this afternoon or this evening, Lindy? Let us all know, what are you cooking? Shout out to Lindy. Let me see. Lindy says, thank you for the B-Day wishes. Oh, it's your birthday today? I had no idea. Salute to you. Happy birthday. Who else do we have in the building? We have JP in the building. Salute to you, JP. Who else do we have? We have... let me see, who else do we have in the building? We have Elegant in the building. Said, what's up, y'all? Elegant says, CT, hope you are having a great morning. Yes, I am having a great morning. It's beautiful outside. The birds are chirping. I'm in America. You know, hey man, it's a great morning to be an American. Let me see. All bat witch. Let me save this comment. Let me save this one too. Let me see. Lawrence is in the building. Says CT, who is striking your channel? Who are the haters? I don't know, Lawrence. Positivity is definitely coming your way, man. But who do you think are the haters? Who do you think are the people that are subterfuging and undermining the channel? You know, why are they doing this? What is the motive, you know, of them doing this? What is their end goal? You put that in the chat for me, buddy. Let me see. John Smith is in the building. Says, good morning, CT. Hope all is well. Thank you so much, John Smith. Good morning to you. Hope all is well with you and yours. Salute to you, man. Positivity is definitely coming your way at the speed of light. Thank you so much, man. I hope all is well. Guys, get the likes up, share the video. Positivity is coming your way at the speed of light, guys. We got Robert Tatum in the building. Positivity is coming your way, Robert. Hope all is well with you and yours. Guys, robots are going to take over. Robots are going to take over. And they're going to take over very fast. Very fast. AI is expanding exponentially. You know, when I want a question asked, I just go to ChatGPT. Sometimes ChatGPT gets things wrong. Sometimes it gets it wrong. But most of the times, ChatGPT is right. You're going to see some big changes, man. You're going to see some big changes in the future, man. And I don't mean 50 years from now. I'm talking about within the next 3 or 4 years, 5 years from now. AI is going to take over. Automation is going to take over. And I don't know if people are going to be prepared. I want you guys to look at this real quick. Let me see, guys. Hold on for 1 second. Here we go. Let me see if I got it up here. I want you guys to look at this real quick. Look at this real quick. No, that's not it. Look at this. Building the future. Robots pick up the slack in construction. Look at that. Robots pick up the slack in construction. With a labor shortage slowing down home building, with a labor shortage slowing down home building, Canada is calling in the big guns. Robots. Meet Val, the construction bot that can lift 440 pounds and do the work of 20 people without a coffee break or sick days. This device can do the work of 20 people. This device ain't calling in saying, "Oh, I'm sick. I got a cold, boss." Yeah. Can't get injured. You know, you don't have to worry about health care. You don't have to worry about being sued. It can do the work of 20 people. Think about all the time saved. Think about all of the work you can get done with this robot. Look at this. In Calgary, AI-powered robots are set to churn out homes 60% faster than human crews. Look at that. What are foundational Black Americans, foundational white Americans? What are foundational Asian? I don't really see Asians in construction, but what are foundational Asian and foundational Hispanic Americans going to do? These companies don't need us, man. Human labor is not as essential as we would like to think. You got to read the book. You got no, no, I'm sorry. You gotta read what the Kardashev scale is. The Kardashev scale literally talks about this. Literally. And I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Gone are the days. Oh yeah, I wanna. Hey, mom, dad, I want to be a lawyer. Nah, man, those days are over. Because pretty soon you will have AI deciphering cases, going over deposition. You will. No, mom, I want to be an engineer. An engineer. I don't want it to be like this, guys, but I'm telling you, man, when I've said this, I've said it 1,000 times, man. The beauty of science fiction is that one day it becomes science fact. You know, they predicted this stuff in Star Trek already. All of this stuff. I'm sitting back like it doesn't surprise me. It says in Calgary, AI powered robots are set to churn out 60 churn out homes 60% faster than human crews. Think about a human crew from a perspective of a company. You got to deal with union, you got to deal with so many factors with these apes. And the people at the top never really cared about human labor. It's just something. It's just it's a useful tool at the time. This is it. This is it. This is it. You know how many times I've gone to a store and at first I was and I'm pretty sure a lot of you were like this. You're real iffy about going to the self checkout aisle. At first you're real skeptical about it. But then after, I got some super chats. Jesus Christ. Jordan with the what's up, Jordan? Salute to you, man. Hey guys, give Jordan a big shout out. Positivity is definitely coming your way, man. Guys, get the likes up, share the video. Jordan, salute to you, man. Happy Sunday, man. Says you made for this CT. I believe the goofy panelists hold you back to an extent. The heights you bound, or the heights that you are bound to reach, where God is taking you. It's a solo journey, just you and topics with solid takes. Man, thanks, man. God damn it. Thank you so much, man. Salute to you. Positivity is coming your way, guys. Give Jordan a big thumbs up emoji, dollar sign emoji. Positivity is coming at the speed of light to you, man. You should get it instantaneously. But if you are like on Mars, you might get it like 3 seconds from now. But positivity is coming your way at the speed of light, man. That was really, really, really positive, man. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that, man. Guys, give Jordan a big thumbs up emoji. Let me read this again for you all. Thank you once again, Jordan. Salute to you, man. AI-powered robots are set to churn out homes 60% faster than human crews. Think about human beings, man. These apes, these baboons, these orangutans.
Hey boss, I gotta go home. I gotta leave early, boss.
Think about you're an employer, and you got these employees, man. They half-ass a job. You gotta tell people over and over something. On the job beef, people throwing each other under the bus. And not even just in construction. I'm talking about just across the globe. I mean, across industries. Across industries. Once again, Jordan, salute to you, man. Positivity is coming your way at the speed of light. So yeah, across industries, man. You ain't got to deal with sexual harassment suits. You don't have to deal with a level of ineptitude. And listen again. Hello, I am a human being too. But the reality of the situation is maybe it's just better to have robots doing these jobs. And I know people will say, even in the trades, people say plumbing won't be taking over. You got to be able to get into crawl spaces and this, that, and the other. Oh, okay, but what about the fact that maybe one day in the next 5 years they'll figure that out? So what I'm saying is that what we have to think about the next level of industry or the next level of humanity. What will human beings do? What will these apes do? What will the ape do 5 years from now? When you just can't get a little fast food job, when you can't just get a little, even in Amazon fulfillment centers, with the what do they call it, stowing? When they bring these robots, bring you this bin, and you have to put items on it. Man, you mean to tell me a robot can't figure out how to make a robot to even do what you're doing? Stop. You think Jeff Bezos cares about you apes? Stop it. Stop. Training. You got to train people. When I could just buy this robot that can do the job of 100 people, and this robot will last 5-10 years. I don't know, man. What's going on, Sire? How you doing, man? Positivity is coming your way at the speed of light. This article goes on to say the housing crisis won't fix itself, but maybe the robots will. Maybe the robots will. Science fiction has generally alluded to the fact that robots are going to be not just human companions, but societal companions. Like there's a level of infusion, the merging of biology and tech, not actually becoming the robot, but the robot will merge so much into human society. Those days are coming. And I don't know if a lot of people are ready for it. The automotive industry, come on, man. You already know robots can do 90% of that shit. I would even argue the only reason why you still have a human labor or a human workforce is because of the companies, the corporations are so they might have a little it's probably something in some union, or it's probably something I haven't read into it, but there's probably something where they want to keep a human workforce just so that society doesn't collapse overnight if you just fire hundreds of thousands of people. There's a responsibility of the corporation to ensure the safety of the public. Maybe there's something like that, because I'm telling you, even making cars, man, you don't need no human beings for that shit. You don't need no human beings for that shit, to be completely honest with you, man. Get the likes up, guys. Share the video. Positivity is coming your way. I would say the only thing you might need human labor for, you might not see a complete reduction, or you may not see a complete reduction. Probably the police, fire. I saw some firefighting innovations the other day in China that are just remarkable. Now, again, I'm not really pro China, but they are ahead of us, to be completely honest with you, in certain industries, in certain technologies. They had turn off Siri. I wasn't talking to you. Siri?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Yeah, shut up. I was watching this not documentary, but I was watching some video in China. They got goddamn drones, advanced drones that were just putting out fires. I'm like, God damn. You don't need firefighters. Or you don't need as many firefighters. So the big question is, what are y'all going to do? What are we going to do, man? Get the likes up, guys. Share the video. Positivity is coming your way at the speed of light. Man, once again, Jordan, thank you so much for that comment, man. I really appreciate that, buddy. My job gonna last forever, you know? No, it ain't. No, it's not. No, it's not. Just like bows and arrows didn't last forever, you know. they did. You know, a lot of there are behaviors and what was the norm thousands of years ago, things that, you know, we look at as, oh, that's the norm, become obsolete. Like even analog, which I like analog, but even analog, I can't tell you the last time I've seen anything analog. Has anybody put a one in the chat if you've seen anything analog lately, or put what you've seen that is still analog now? I don't think there's any. Is there anything that we do that's analog now? I think we've pretty much. Well, we have a heater, and we still, it's like a knob, or you know, you still turn it. I mean, maybe that could be considered analog. I don't even think that's analog technically. And truth be told, like, you know, even places like let's use fast food. Let's use Chipotle. Let's use Chipotle. I remember when Chipotle actually tastes good. I remember when Chipotle had quality food. I mean, well, I don't know if it's quality food, but there was a level of quality to it that tastes good. You know what makes Chipotle taste really nasty now? And again, it might be the lack of it might be the quality of the food itself, but when you go into a Chipotle, you see these kids there. You go into any Chipotle, you see these kids. They hire these goofy ass teenagers. They're nasty. They're nasty. Tell me that they are not nasty when you go to a Chipotle. And we've become so normal. It's become so normalized. You go in there, the kids have these gloves on that they don't take off. They're supposed to really take the glove off every time they make a burrito or whatever. But the gloves are nasty. They're just slopping over the food. These monkeys, right? Because at the end of the day, we're apes, right? And so that's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. I look at it as if we're apes. So I see these kids are just slopping over the food. Here come the new rice. Here come the new rice. I see them in the back with the chicken. I see kids with their hair all over the meat. You know your cells are constantly shredding, right? Your dead cells are constantly shredding, and you see kids in the back over, they're just cutting at me, cutting at me. Y'all may not look at that like anything. I look at that like we are in the Stone Age. It's a psychological thing. Then they put all this stuff together. They slop it all together. Then you ask them, hey, can I get a little bit more chicken? Can't have any more chicken. It's like apes. It's like apes all over the place. Then you eat it, and you know you feel a certain way because there's a combination of psychological issues here, right? You see this all over the place. You see this, right? you see an environment. It looks nice, right? I'm just gonna use Chipotle. It looks nice on the inside, right? But the apes here, the human labor, right? There's a level of disgust to it because their dead cell particles are going into the food. They're not really practicing. They're not really practicing the absolute standards that are the policy and procedure of Chipotle or any place, right? So that's why you kind of got you get sick when you eat this food. But imagine if just robots were in there just doing it. To me, listen. I listen. I don't want this to happen, but it's gonna happen. When a robot does it, it looks clean. It just looks clean when a robot prepares something. There's a university that I used to do a lot of business at. Not business, but I used to go there because it was open to the community. And they had I don't know if they still have it, but they have a machine there that makes pizzas for you. So you go there, you type in what kind of pizza you want. And then in about 10 minutes, it just makes you a fresh pizza. And for some reason, it tastes better than, let's say, a Papa John's pizza. You know why Papa John's pizza tastes horrible? Obviously, the whoever is the director or chief supply chain guy or woman, they've obviously are cutting corners, getting cheaper stuff. But I've been into many Papa John's. I went to a Papa John one time when I was a kid. I was traveling with a little college group where we were going to see some colleges, and we stopped off the road to a Papa John's. There's people in the back walking around with their feet, like literally, they were just walking and they had their shoes and socks off, and that left a stain in my psychology so much that every time I go into a Papa John's, I think that they are, walking around. And I think that their feet food bacteria particles are in the air, airborne. And so so follow me on this one. Oh, I got some super chats. Guys, get the likes up, guys. Share the video. Lawrence is in the building with the $5 super chat. CT, if robots end up doing everything, what will humans do? That's for you guys to answer. That's for you guys to answer, man. I don't know. Lawrence, what I really believe is that either a few things can happen. Obviously, there will be a decrease in the human population, right? Because, let's be honest, it's a workforce question. Human beings these corporations, they encourage humans to be born, whether it's through commercials, and they do it really subliminally, right? But they encourage people to be born because they need a workforce. But I don't think we need a workforce anymore. There's obviously going to be a reduction in the workforce. But what I really believe would happen is that I really believe the next frontier is space travel. And I really believe that will be the next human endeavor to explore the stars, to explore the depths of, first we start off with our own solar system and maybe different families or different, groups of people will say, we want to lay claim to this sector of an asteroid belt or, for resource. I have no idea, but there's a lot of imagination that can go into this question, right? So that's a good question. Thank you so much, man, Lawrence. Positivity is definitely coming your way. Lindy, salute to you once again. Nas, salute to you. Jordan, salute to you. We have Justine in the back. What's up, Justine? Go ahead. You got the floor. Are foundational Black and white Americans ready for the AI takeover? Go ahead. Justine, you are on mute, ma'am.
Yes. Good morning.
Go ahead.
Are they ready?
Go ahead.
Not sure if they're ready. Maybe. I don't think they're ready. I'm
do you
not
mean?
gonna lie to you. I'm scared a little bit. I mean, I
Why are
don't
you
know if it's
scared?
gonna affect me, but I think it's gonna affect a lot of people. And um, uh, you know, it takes me back to like the movies that they showed us years back. You know, with
Go
the
ahead.
robots and how they come and just take over the earth. Like, I don't know. I'm
Mm.
just. Yeah. So what did you get? I mean, I just jumped in. So what did other people say about it?
Well, let's read the comments real quick. Here we go. Guys, get the likes up, share the video. Positivity is coming your way. Lawrence says, CT, if robots end up doing everything, what will humans do? What will humans do, Justine? Ma'am?
I don't know. What would I do?
What would you do?
Honestly,
What would you do?
I'm gonna try to get along with them,
Okay. You know, you
make
know,
peace.
you know what, you know, what I believe will, and I see it all the time now. Uh, the sex industry is going to skyrocket. It's going to skyrocket. A lot of women are going to be
How?
out of, well, a lot of women are going to be out of jobs, and let's be honest, that men, you see it now. You see it now with nurses. You see it with teachers. You see it with all types of women now. They're turning into social media. They're turning to social media. You see it now, even with that's going to be, I believe, the new form of that's going to be a very, very lucrative industry. Um, 5, 10
Oh
years from now.
my!
Oh
You
yeah,
think?
oh yeah. I know. I see it now. School teachers, nurses, even politicians. There was a politician. I think she was out of. God damn it! I think she was out of Jersey, maybe. White woman. Her and her husband were making, sex tapes or sex. They were doing. They had like OnlyFans, and people were paying for that stuff. I think you're going to see a lot more of an increase in the sex industry because again, people aren't going to be employed. But what's the one thing that generally has lasted throughout human civilization or human history?
You do have a point on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, I guess for the
Yeah.
people that enjoy OnlyFans, they should be happy. It might get cheaper, right?
It might get cheaper because there will be an oversaturation, but
That part.
that's why I say you gotta hone in on your craft. Hone in on your craft.
Oh Lord, have mercy on us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you think that there will be a reduction in births? People will stop having so many kids if AI takes
Absolutely.
over? Okay.
Absolutely. How
Okay.
you going to feed these children?
How you gonna feed them? Yeah. There might be universal basic income.
That part.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy. Yeah. Okay, so how many years do you think we have before we see that?
I will say in the next 5 years you're gonna see the total human collapse of many industries where you won't see a human being there. It may just be a couple of people there to work on to make sure that the monitor and control the AI robots or the robots. But I think about 5 years you're going to see a reduction in human employment in a lot of
You
places.
know, this is what. Okay. So when you drive, like I usually do, I love road trip. I don't like flying. So when you go to the tolls back in the days, I don't know if you remember, you have people that you pay you toll
Yeah.
to.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now it's just easy pass. You go through the machine.
Yeah.
So this been going on. I want to say over 10 years, 15 years
Hmm.
now. Also, when you order your food, when you
Yeah.
go anywhere or self check,
Yeah.
so it's already happening right under our eyes.
Chris Reed with the $5 super chat. Mr. CT, good morning to you, sir. Do you trust a robot with a gun? One more thing you do trust. One more thing. Do you trust a robot to wipe your hand? I trust a robot to wipe my hand. I do not believe or trust a robot with a gun. That's one of the industries or sectors or whatnot. Law enforcement. I think law enforcement should always stay. There should be a human element to law enforcement at all times. What do you think about that, Justine?
Mm.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't trust them with the gun. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. So you said
Hmm.
that when you travel, you see a lot of
Yeah, yeah. When you travel, you see that. I mean, you see it in your grocery store now.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's already been happening. Machine helping us out.
Mm,
So the robot is just the next step, I guess. To
yeah.
and that's all. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Would you trust a robot to fly your plane?
Oh my God.
Do you know that generally speaking, robots can, like, the plane is automatic. It's like the plane is automated while in flight. Pilots aren't
Yes,
flying the
of
plane.
course. It's an auto. Yeah.
Yeah. Think
Yeah.
about
I
that. Yeah.
know.
Yeah. You never thought
That's.
about that, did you?
Oh God.
Think about that.
I barely fly already. I hate it. So now you're making me even think more. Um. Yeah. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my. Mm-mm. Yeah. So well, 5 years really. Damn.
5 years, you're gonna see a decrease in a lot of places, man. I just showed an article. I don't know if you just saw it. You weren't here, but here, look at this. It says with a labor shortage slowing home building, Canada is calling in the big guns, robots. Meet Val, the construction bot that can lift 440 pounds and do the work of 20 people without a coffee break or sick days. In Calgary, AI powered robots are set to churn out homes 60% faster than human crews. The housing crisis won't fix itself, but maybe the robots will. What do you think about that?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm. And
Yeah.
they're worrying about the immigrant. They're in trouble. People are
We,
worrying the immigrant doing
we
taking their job.
talking about the foundational Black Americans and foundational White
Yeah.
Americans. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
They're
Oh,
not seeing the future.
the
The foundational
futures.
Black Americans and foundational White Americans are seeing what's really happening under their nose.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
But
It's
the next thing,
distraction.
the next thing I say is what might keep human beings motivated on the individual level is space. Space is the next frontier. It's actually the final frontier. And I believe that might keep human beings. I think, like money pretty much keeps human beings from killing each other, right? That's the only reason I think why human beings really don't kill each other, uh, over food is, earning this piece of paper with some picture on it. But I think space might be the thing that really keeps people sane. Like, oh, I want to explore. I want to, maybe go to, get this asteroid and, maybe, use this asteroid and find some research. I don't know. I really believe space might be the next factor in keeping human beings safe or sane. What do you ever think about these things, or do you even
Mm,
think
I
about
don't
that?
know if I thought about that far. But in order for somebody to go to a different,
Yeah,
I mean, don't you have to have resources?
you do have to have resources. Yeah, you
That's what
do.
I'm saying.
Yeah, you do have to have resources.
No. But the people that don't have the resources are the one that actually, well, at least on X, that's who you hear bitching the
Yeah,
most about,
yeah.
immigrants and other people. But yeah, gotta. This
I
is
mean, think
crazy.
about this. Think about this, right? Even at the service level, I'm to the point now where I would probably just rather have a robotic waitress, a robotic bartender. I'm at the point where I'm because as human beings now, I'm starting to. I don't know what you believe, Justin, but I don't like humans anymore. I've gotten to that point, right? Almost like a misanthrope. We are nasty to each other. We gossip. We throw each other under the bus. We undermine each other. We get offended by a misinterpreted nuance. Maybe we do need robots everywhere, because they don't have a conscience, right? They listen, I could say, F you to Chat GPT, and she says, I don't have the feelings to understand that. Like, can you imagine that? I could just cuss out a robot and They just do something for me after the fact. You look at let's say you out and about, right? You go to a restaurant and you could look at a waitress the wrong way. She or he may misinterpret it, and then just because of that little ape interaction, you may get bad service the
Yeah,
whole night. You
yeah,
never,
you
yeah,
are.
it's happened.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or, and I've noticed this when you are ugly, right? You don't have to worry about that because you aren't ugly. But I notice how people treat me. At first, I've walked into places and I've seen some bartenders like, oh, God damn it. But then, you get talking to them and, now are you laughing, Justin?
I am dying.
Okay. So, yeah, you walk into a place and, there's automatic judging of you. And then the only reason why somebody may like you is because, oh, you're funny. But robots aren't like that. They're non-judgmental. In my opinion, robots are what God want human beings to be, or Jesus, or whoever you believe. Perfection. You don't believe that? You don't believe that?
That's a good point.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. So I would love to go somewhere and maybe the bartender is a hot-looking Asian or a robot chick.
Did they perfected that yet? I don't think they make Asian or white or black robot yet.
So what?
I don't think they make different robots. It's just one robot right now, right?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they perfected that yet. But yeah, let's say she is hot or whatever. But I don't even think robots know, like you say, they don't have any emotions or feelings. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if you sit back and think about it, you sit back and think about it.
Yeah.
You sit back and think about it, right? I talked about going into Chipotle. It's fast food to a degree. It's fast food, nothing special. But I feel like if robots, like a robot arm, and they had like something that was just making it, putting it together, stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, assuming that's how robots sound, I feel like the burrito would taste better because you ever seen how they make some of them? You don't eat that kind of food, do you, Justine?
Nah.
Yeah, you ever went there and you see all these stupid kids. Generally it's like teenage,
Mostly younger.
yeah, and they're working there, and then they prepare a burrito, and then you see like when you open a burrito, it's like if they didn't make it right, you'll see like sour cream handprint on it. I'm like, it's a psychological thing. Now, mind you, they have gloves. They have plastic gloves on when they are making it. But it's that when you open a burrito and you see that hand this chimpanzee who probably was on break 30 minutes before they got on the line, taking a dump. They are making your burrito now, and then you see that handprint in the sour cream outside of the burrito because they didn't make the burrito good. I think that maybe with the robots there, it's a thing like, man, maybe the burrito will taste better if I knew a human being didn't prepare it. Some 21-year-old kid who don't really care about the job. You understand what I'm saying?
They just slap it around and just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I have OCD, so everything has to be perfect. So if I see sauce or something
Yeah.
on top, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Chris Reed with the $2 super chat. Mr. CTI, I just hope Mr. Be Brave don't teach the robots. What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea. Guys, get the likes up, share the video. Positivity is coming your way. Rocco says the worst thing our country ever did was get civilized. China will soon take over as the top nation because we are scared to work for a living as a society. I mean, you could be right, but then again, you could be wrong. China has a very, very high unemployment rate. They have the highest unemployment rate for people under the age of 25, I believe, with degrees. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. Did you know that about China?
I did not know that about China, but
Yeah,
I know that China is very strict. Though it's strict,
yeah,
very strict with their citizens. So I don't
yeah.
know if I, yeah. So I think we have it so good over here, CT. I think once this robots take over, like you say, we're really gonna regret how we treat one another, and we're gonna try to go back to where we used to be, but it's gonna be too late by then.
Think
So,
so.
oh
Think so.
yeah. I mean, we humans, we supposed to be we humans, not machines. Um, yeah. Could you imagine? You don't even need to have a girlfriend anymore. You can have a robot to come and clean and don't talk
Yeah,
back and
yeah,
cook and everything for you.
yeah. That's a
Like, come on.
that's a dream come true for a lot of men.
Exactly. And all you have to do is pay one time and that's it.
Yeah.
And maybe you gotta
You
take
know,
her to be maintained. I don't know.
or do you ever do Uber Eats or Uber? You ever get food delivered to you?
I never ever done
Really?
that. I
Really?
cook, yeah.
Okay. 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 Sometimes we get Uber Eats, and well, I order sometimes for myself. I don't like I don't like talking to people when they drop it off. It's like I'm like, God damn, I wish a robot could just drop it off. You know, you ever? I don't know. It's just I'm over human beings, Justine. I'm over human beings. And maybe this is a good thing that AI and robots will take over. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. Get the likes up, guys. Share the video. Positivity is coming your way. Thoth says the robots will increase human behavior because they have perfect competition and not corrupted competition. Big Dog Physique says CT is going to divorce his wife and marry an AI. That's not true. Hater Cell says you can choose for them to leave it at the door. CT. That's not the point of the conversation, though. Hater Cell. Paro says, CT, you guys are spot on, except robots can't fill the emotional void. I disagree with that. Justine, what do you think about this?
I agree with him.
I disagree. You know why I disagree?
Why?
Don't people get divorced? Don't people break up left and right in relationships? How come the emotional void wasn't fulfilled? Think about that for a minute. You ever thought about that? If
Mm,
if human
yeah.
interaction was so great, oh man, human interaction is so great. This human interaction, apes interacting with other apes. Then why do people break up? Is the void?
Mm,
Is there a void? Is it so? The honeymoon phase is you filling the void, and then soon after the void depletes. Like this is what I'm saying. Maybe maybe some people get comfort in masturbating to porn. Maybe some people get comfort in maybe sleeping with the AI robot. Never know.
oh
Some people get
God.
satisfaction with that. We listen. Haven't these filled our void? This phone shit. Justin, I've gone out with people. They can't put their goddamn phone down. Friends. You ever been out with somebody and they can't put that damn you and the person are just you guys are out, right? Two human beings out, right? Talking. Right? You there?
Give me a second.
Okay. Okay. Get the likes up, guys. Share the video. Positivity is coming your way at the speed of light, guys. Two human beings talking, Pearl. I'm sorry, two human. I've gone out with people and they can't put their phones down. Well, if human interaction is so significant, so important, so valuable, Why can't you put your phone down? Why can't you put this piece of technology down? Because this is the beginning. This is the beginning here. This has filled a lot of voids for people. This phone. Yeah. This phone. So, Parl, to answer that question, CT, you guys are spot on, except robots can't fill the emotional void. Robots are already filling the emotional void. Is this not somewhat of a robot? Not really, but this is already filling emotional voids. Aren't people using online therapy now? You know, they don't. That's not a human being. We've already merged with technology. We've already merged with it. Trick Dawson says, so you are not aware of the Japanese warehouse robot that committed self-deletion last year to the depression for not being used on the recent robot attack in China. Damn, you guys are blanked. That's a lie. That didn't happen. You're just making that up, Trick Dawson. You just saying stuff. You making that up. Let me see. Thoth says, I can't stand humans and their excuses for being so corrupted, for being corrupted pieces of shit. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's coming, man. It's coming down the pipeline. We've been here for 150,000 years, maybe even more, as modern man. We're nasty. We're evil. We kill each other. We rob each other. Over in Syria right now, you got one group of people that believe in a fairy tale killing another group of people who believe in a fairy tale. Okay? We're idiots. We're apes. We're idiots. We haven't even evolved yet to a higher level of consciousness, a higher level of behavior. Maybe the infusion of robots and AI is a good thing. Get the likes
So,
up. Oh,
like
go
to wake us up? Is that what you think? You think it's gonna wake us up, or?
it's gonna make us, in my opinion, right? I didn't realize how stupid I was until Khan Academy. You know what Khan Academy is?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize how stupid I was till Khan Academy and other educational programs came out. I didn't realize how dumb I was until I started using Chat GPT and asking Chat GPT, "Hey, can you make this sentence sound better?" At least it's forcing a person like me to say, you know what? I need to be a constant student. You know, getting a little silly degree, that doesn't make you smart. Working at some job with that degree doesn't make you smart, because these pieces of technology are showing you are dumb. You are an ape. It's a constant reminder. Khan Academy was so great because it was a constant reminder. Damn, we were on a rigid schedule when we were young. Now that I'm not in academia, or now that I'm not in school, these are I've forgotten equations. I've forgotten proper grammar, and I've reverted back to some sort of ape-like state. But here goes a program that I could constantly use for free, and I could constantly teach myself. And I think Khan Academy is one of the greatest educational programs ever. And the internet itself and social media, because now I can relearn. Where back in the day, just think, other than going to the library back in the day, that was it. You graduated from college or you graduated from high school, that was it. That's all you
Right.
knew. That's
Mm-hmm.
all you know. So now with it, with technology, robots, AI, in my opinion, it might challenge a lot of human beings to want to be better because now we have a superior, uh, we have something that is not really conscious, right? Of course, it's not conscious, but we have a constant reminder of just how dumb we are. These robots, this AI around us. I don't know. That could be me. I have a romantic view about all of this, but go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I agree. I completely agree. I agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I totally agree. But I just think we're gonna just look back and say, "Damn, we could have done better on this earth,
Mm,
and we could have just take care of this earth better, and got along with each other, and black, white, Puerto Rican, Asian, whatever. I don't know. Now you
mm.
have this machine to take over. You can't fight back. Like it's a machine. You can't hurt a machine's feeling no more.
No, you
You know.
can't.
And so
Um, Here we go. By 2030, humanoid robots could be assisting with daily tasks, mental well-being, and even education. These are the things that I was just talking about, right? Using expressive faces, natural voices, and personalized interactions to enhance trust and collaboration. Research shows that robots mirroring human emotions and personalities can improve teamwork and engagement, but privacy concerns remain. As AI evolves, the challenge will be balancing convenience with ethical safeguards, ensuring that robots remain trusted allies rather than intrusive machines. Do you agree with that?
yeah, I think in my opinion, when we are talking, even now when we talking, I feel like they taking our
Mhm.
voices. I believe that a robot can be made with my voice and without even me knowing it.
Yeah,
There could be a robot out there that sounds just like me. Um,
but do you
so
believe that?
yeah,
But do you believe what the article is saying that
yes, I do.
okay, robots will
We'll take, yeah, I
be
can see it.
assisting that?
Hmm.
Yeah, okay, okay,
Absolutely. I think there will be a better teacher. Think about it. Look what
yeah,
the teachers are doing right now.
yeah, yeah,
They're
yeah.
either
Or
abusing your children, they're not teaching them
Some
as
of
they
some
should.
teachers are fucking the
That's
students.
what I say. Yes,
A
I
lot of
just
these
don't want
white
to
women.
say it. Yeah.
No, it's
Hmm.
cool. White women. They have a culture of doing that, and let's be honest about it. Not all white women, of course, but white. You know, it's just
Most of them. Yeah.
okay. Trick Dawson says, CT, what's your email? I will send you the article and the video. No, Trick Dawson, what you're going to do is you're going to email me at the bottom of the screen, chaotic truth podcast at Gmail. I'm going to send you the StreamYard link. And why don't you come up here and defend your position? Because right now you just talking and saying stuff. You just talking right now, respectfully. You just talking. EG says automation was covered very well in the Zeitgeist Addendum movie. Technological unemployment is inevitable. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. What other industries do you think can be created, Justine, with when automation takes over and takes the jobs away from these foundational black and foundational white Americans? Go ahead.
I mean, like it says, you teachers, they said you psychologists, your chefs, um,
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
housekeepers,
Yeah. Housekeepers. Yeah.
contractors,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, I even listen, even doctors, because
Even
a
doctors. Yeah.
machine be doing the surgery nowadays. So,
Yeah.
um, oh God, except mothers. I don't know.
Stepmothers, I can see that. It
Yeah.
says here that AI automation and robots or robotics will free humans from drudgery of repetitive labor. In our lifetime, we will see humanity completely freed from the drudgery of mundane, repetitive works thanks to AI and automation. Look at this video right here. Look at this. How come there's no
Oh
sound
my
to it? Look at
God.
that. This is real. This is a company in Sweden. This is
Mm,
real.
mm, mm. So
Now,
while
I
they're
don't
developing this machine, how do they think people gonna survive? Or do they care?
probably universal basic income or just a complete. depopulation,
Mm-hmm.
universal basic income, or again, I keep saying, I think what will happen with humanity is that humanity will want to better themselves, get more into science and tech, and explore the stars. And explore the stars. If we have everything doing, so you've never watched like Star Trek, right? So in Star Trek, they already talked about this in Star Trek. This has been talked about for 60 years now.
I might have to go back and rewatch it. I remember watching it, but vaguely. I gotta go back and
They
watch it
already
again.
talked about this in Star Trek. Star Trek already discusses this. Um, the teleporter pretty much destroyed land travel, and you could pretty much just beam somewhere. Scientists are already working on that right now. They've already teleported quantum material. They've done this. I think the first time they've done this was 15 years ago. Um, the food replicator pretty much replicates any type of food, dish, or item that you want, or even tools or other items that you want out of matter. These things have already been discussed to a degree. The 3D printer is the beginning stages of a replicator. These things are already happening. You know, you've seen a 3D printer, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, a 3D printer is nothing more than a primitive form of a replicator that they have in Star Trek. Star Trek is just made out of matter, stored matter. You know, these things are already happening. That's why it doesn't surprise me. That's why I'm listen. What I'm doing might survive. You know, there's always going to be a people. There, it might or might not survive. I don't know, but I believe that maybe people will want a human voice. You know, maybe I won't survive. People got. I know it's a terrifying thing to sit back and think that will I be useful in the future. Go ahead.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. This is an amazing topic. I mean, we better start talking about it and be ready for it. You know, could you imagine the people that consume a lot of food?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
You
Go
know
ahead.
who's not gonna suffer from that? All
Who?
this stuff that's going on. The homeless people that don't got shit, because nothing changes for them. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. Or people still living already in primitive lifestyles like the people in Papua New Guinea. I mean,
Namibia. Yeah.
Namibia. Yeah. Yeah. Namibia is the ones with the plates in the lips.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Why do they do that, by the way?
No clue.
Okay. 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 Mr. Wise Guy says the earth cannot sustain humanity due to the way we destroy and consume and do not replenish. Let's see here, guys. Get the likes up, share the video. Positivity is coming your way at the speed of light. There's a movie called Ready Player One. You ever heard of it, Justine? Ready Player One.
Wait, what's that movie name?
It's called Ready Player One. In Ready
Red
Player
Player
One,
One.
society goes into some sort of dystopia. Um, Automation has pretty much taken over, and a lot of the human beings, because they can't find employment, they are inside of this virtual world where they can do anything they want, be whoever they want to be. It keeps the human beings, it gives them purpose, right? But yeah, maybe worst comes to worst, we have like a neural link, you know, have like a neural link, and people are just linked up in some sort of
How does that work?
sort of like virtual reality. You know, you ever did virtual reality?
No. Well,
Okay.
actually, once. No. Once I went to Oh my God, where did we go? The kids and I went somewhere, and I had to put this thing on my eyes, and it took me. We were flying, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, I didn't like it at all. When I was done with it, I was dizzy. I couldn't stand up.
Mm.
Because I mean, mentally it does f with you. Like, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. So yeah, no, I don't like that virtual shit. I like everything real.
Mm-hmm.
CT, I'm old school. I like everything real. I don't even like frozen food. You hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
Um,
Oh yeah.
so it's
So
like,
yeah. So you want to live
yeah,
like in primitive times.
yes, I can survive.
Right.
I think maybe because of me being born in Africa, that kind of like gives me the advantage that I could survive actually.
Have you ever
Um,
killed an animal?
Absolutely, and
Okay.
skinned and all that.
Okay. And what kind of
Mm.
animal was it?
I have done a cow
Mm.
before with my family. I have done, sheep and goat and chicken. They teach you at a young age how to kill and skin, and which way. You gotta have certain way of dividing the body part.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Okay. Okay.
hmm
How did you kill the cow, if you don't mind me asking?
So you cut from ear to ear type of
Okay.
thing. You go in the back of them. I mean, it's always peaceful killing, as we call it in Orthodox Christian. You pray over it before you kill it.
Okay.
It's basically it's basically kosher. You pray over it and then you kill. With the chicken, you hold both of the wings with one hand, grab the
Okay.
neck, and then you fold the neck, hold it by your thumb, and then boom. I know that's a little graphic, but yeah,
No, I'm listening to you. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
hmm
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
so
think.
this little body knows how to do a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, so I could make sure that my family's fed.
Okay. I'm ready for this transition.
Oh
I'm not
my
like.
God. Are
Yeah,
you
I'm ready.
really?
Yeah, I don't want. I really because to me, right? From my perspective, our reality. Okay. So the way I look at it, right? Imagine. Oh, better yet. Better yet. You ever done You ever done like any psychedelics?
Okay, so I don't know if I call it a psychedelic. I did, gosh, this was in the 90s. I did, is ecstasy psychedelic? I did. That's the only thing that I tried. That was,
It's like a
eh.
party drug.
Yeah,
Party drug.
I'm scared of mushrooms. I have never done mushroom, but I'm very much interested, but still sort of kind of like, because, I don't know. I know you talked about mushroom a lot, and
Positive vibes. Email me. Email me for the link. I'm only bringing up a select panel today. Just email me. Okay, it's at the bottom of the screen, scrolling by. Okay, I've done mushrooms before.
hmm
I've
So
done
tell
mushrooms.
me a little bit about that.
It's God's translator.
Really?
It's it's the only way to really understand the universe and your existential nature within the universe. Uh,
Oh wow.
it's the theory is the actual psilocybin. It's actually you ever heard of panspermia?
No, please tell me.
So for example, the idea that bacteria and fungi or viruses are actually from outer space. They come
Mm.
from, let's say a collapsed star or a collapse or an asteroid that was destroyed, and there's particles or bacteria in it or something like that, right? But it comes from
Right.
an, an outside source. It's not from this planet, right? The idea is that psilocybin comes from outer space, right? And it seeds the planet. So that's why it's all over. So an idea that a lot of things actually come from they believe that octopi or octopus uh come from outer space. the eggs or something were shot from somewhere and seeded the planet billions of years ago, right? So that's why they say octopus are a very strange creature, because it's not really from this planet. It didn't naturally evolve here or whatever, right? So mushrooms are an extraterrestrial communication device. And when you do them, you get insight and knowledge and teaching that you don't really get conventionally, right? So the idea is that it rips apart your ego, and it does. It rips apart your ego, and you start seeing the universe for what it really is, right? It peels apart the layers of reality like an onion, right? So you start looking at things totally different, right? I was already smart, and a lot of people are. You gotta be smart to do it. Some people look at the Pope, right? Right? Somebody looking at the Pope, right? They look at the Pope as someone who is this spiritual figure who is communicating with God, like he's the closest to God, right? You know how I look at the Pope?
Yeah.
He's just an old white man with a costume on. He don't know what's going on. He don't know what's going on. He just has a huge army behind him, or institution, right? The Catholic Church. He just has a whole bunch of apes. It's like the greatest echo chamber in human history, the Catholic Church. In my opinion, I could be wrong, right? But the reason why I'm talking about this is because you want to live like in ancient times, right? And that's fine. But the way I look at it is that's primitive to me, right? So because of doing these things and already being smart, and I know you are smart, but because of doing these things, and you see that humanity is still stuck, right? It's still stuck like something like in the stone. To me, I believe we are still stuck really in the Stone Age. Like I know we say that we
now we are.
I really believe to a degree we are still stuck in the stone, because look at what will happen to humanity if something were to collapse, right? How quick humanity can go back.
Panic. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look at how quick human beings go back to this violent, primitive state when things collapse, right? Look at what happened in just Hurricane Katrina, right? Look at what these human beings were doing when systems failed because of a natural disaster. They were killing each other. There were massive grapes going around. These people turned into goddamn animals. Just think when a system fails. So in my opinion, the primitive world is generally like that, right? The primitive world, in my opinion, is like that, right? There's no give me I think somebody's in the back. Okay, nobody's in the back. In my opinion, right, the primitive world is like that. Oh, wait a minute. Guys, thank you so much. Just my 4 cents with the $5 super chat. My 2024 Chevy Traverse RS with Super Cruise has taken over the job of driving me to work every morning. I sip my coffee and it drives down I-95. See? Told you. So you live in a primitive society. There's no large scale communication. There's no way to truly defend a primitive environment. It's easy for another neighboring village, neighboring town. There's no systems like a hospital system. And from my perspective, right? There's no security forces. There's no systems of justice, right? Sometimes, even to this day in parts of even like Brazil and Africa, and even in parts of Mexico, or even in some parts of Asia, you could be accused of something and you can be killed. There can be extrajudicial killings. no trial, because there's no evidence presented. To me, that's what the primitive world is. The more advanced world is a world of high class or complex systems, things that keep human beings moving forward, safe, and there's a level of justice and order that I don't see in the primitive world. Does that make any sense to you? So that's why I mentioned the
Yes.
whole thing with shrooms. Shrooms really opened my eyes up to a lot of that stuff.
Okay, so do you think any other countries are that way or moving that way, like China or Russia or?
Yeah, look at China, for example. Look at
Mhm.
China. Um, if I'm not mistaken, China used to be, I mean, they were goddamn just rice farmers just, 70, 80 years ago. And look at, I mean, I've never been to China, but look at the cities that have been erected just in the last 30 years. Look at the technologies, the innovations coming out of China right now. You ever seen any like real live feed on China? Look, they
No,
have,
I mean,
yeah,
I know
look, yeah. I'm
mhm.
sorry.
I know they're very okay. So,
Yeah,
my kids, my oldest girl been to Japan and Korea. Never been to China though, but
yeah.
most of the Asian country, in my opinion, are very very strict, and I feel like they live with discipline than we do here in America.
Mm,
And I feel like we lack discipline in this country. Um, everything has to be more, 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 fast, 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 fast. Like we don't think. So that's why I think we're going to be the first to go boom. Honestly,
okay,
uh,
okay.
but again, going back to the robot stuff, CT. Um, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not ready. I don't know if I'm ever going to be ready, but
Let me ask you a question real quick.
but I want to try mushroom though.
You
Like,
what?
okay, do you do the mushroom like in chocolate? How does you get it in
Peanut
candy and
butter,
chocolate?
or just raw for me. But I haven't done
So
it in years.
they
Yeah.
make it in peanut butter?
No, you just mix it with peanut butter. So
Oh
because
hell.
yeah, I mean, it tastes like utter shit.
That's what I heard. I think
Like
that's
utter
what makes
shit.
me
But yeah. Yeah, I mean, it really
mm,
does. It's a really, yeah, it tastes like utter shit. But the thing is that when I did it, it just, imagine being a cockroach, right?
hmm
Do you look at a cockroach as a disgusting creature?
yes.
Okay. Imagine being a cockroach coming into consciousness, and you're like, wow, like it's like that's how shrooms are. It's
What?
like you are a cockroach. It's like It's 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 God telling you through. Remember, it's an extra, in my opinion, an extra communication device.
Okay.
Everything you think about yourself, your religion, your philosophies, whatever you built, your money, you are a cockroach in the grand scheme of the universe. You are nothing. It's telling you that, like, you're nothing. It really beats your ass. And you gotta be a person with a high level of first self-esteem. You gotta be super intelligent. You gotta be somewhat intelligent.
Right.
If you are a narcissist, if you are an individual who thinks too highly of yourself, you're gonna have a bad trip,
Oh shoot.
because it's
Okay.
gonna destroy your ego.
So you got to be very humble and very
Very humble.
right.
You gotta realize that what you are going to be exposed to, it's really gonna be so overwhelming in truth that it's beyond comprehension to the person who's never done it.
Okay.
It's
So now, does it matter how, okay, the dosage, right? It depends on how much you weigh, type of stuff.
no, 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 no,
Mm.
no, no. It affects everybody. It's not like alcohol where a bigger guy can drink more than a small. No,
Yeah.
it's not like
Yeah.
that. No, no.
Okay. Okay.
It's really in my opinion, it's a person thing. It's really a
Okay.
person, your identity. So again, if you are a person that, like a Bible thumper,
hmm
would it'd be a horrifying trip for a Bible thumper.
Oh Lord.
it'd be a horrifying trip for like a Muslim, like a super duper, like one of these crazy Muslim fanatics. It'd be a because it really gives you the truth of the universe. Yeah, a lot of people shouldn't do it because, and the reason why I was telling you, because when you say you want to live in a primitive world, right? When I've done it, it was, there's this thing where it's telling you to constantly evolve. And so when I look at primitive cultures, I really look at a culture like that, like they are living in the past. They haven't evolved. Now, again, that could be my interpretation of it, but I wouldn't want to live like that because I really believe that is that's like a primordial way of living, like, you know, because we have all this universe around us. We have all this infinite universe. From my perspective, right? All this infinite universe. You ever looked at a telescope before? You ever looked at in a telescope?
I have, yeah, absolutely, yep. My daughter's actually into that.
Okay, and you know, you can see certain planets, certain stars.
Yeah,
hell, you can see the Andromeda galaxy with your naked eye, and then you think, like, God damn, it's more to the universe than these little stupid institutions we've made. These stupid little. You start really thinking, God damn, it's more to everything than just this shit, you know. Obsessing over race, obsessing over religion. To me, what's going on in Syria is stupid. Because from my perspective, you got a religion that's largely bullshit, killing other people part of another religion or an institution that's largely bullshit too. So it's me, it's like you're fighting over nothing. From my perspective.
I think they're using religion to kill people, in my opinion.
They're just using religion to kill, like a vessel to kill people, because that's what humans do. We're violent like that. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But go ahead. I'm you. Go ahead.
No, I mean, yeah, I think it's, to me, it's all about contentment, just being content and being happy with yourself and your surrounding, and whatever else is just cherry on top.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, of course there's more. Oh my God, there's so much we don't know, not only above us but even under us, like underwater. There's so much we didn't discover yet, you know. So
right.
it's like,
So yeah, and that's what I was saying about the whole thing with doing that substance. And it's telling you to explore, you know, explore have, like, that's what it's telling you, come back to the universe. And so these systems, you know, especially these religion, if you are a dumb person, you interpret religion a certain way. You're locked into religion. But Islam wants to keep us in the Stone Age. Christianity wants to keep us in this belief that we are just the center of the universe. I mean, some people believe that we are the center. We're not.
oh my gosh, no.
Yeah, we're not. But a lot of people believe this shit. But if you break free of these beliefs, you know, even with the robots, right? People are in fear of these robots. Oh, the robots are going to take over. You're watching too many science. You're watching too many movies. You know, you only got that because you're watching movies. Because the thing is that you don't turn your security system off in your home. We've had that for like 60 years. You don't turn. How come you don't turn your security system off? You're so afraid of technology, but you for damn sure turn your security. You ever met people, particularly older people, they make sure to turn their alarm system on. Oh, we got to turn their alarm system on now. You're not doing that to protect yourself against monsters and aliens and robots. You're doing that to protect yourself against these primitive apes, these human beings. Think about how crazy this is. There's this big fear of technology and robots. But why are you putting an alarm system on? Because we are really in fear of human beings. And my thing is that even in America, why are you putting your alarm system on and your next door neighbors and people around you are all the same religion than you? You ever thought about that before? It's like, so what I'm saying is that, Maybe robots are the future. Maybe robots will be the best thing that ever happened to humanity. In my opinion. In my opinion. I could be wrong.
Mm.
See, I don't think I'm wrong because how come people don't put their phones down? Hey man, I challenge somebody. Hey, if technology is so bad, why don't you throw your phone on the ground and smash it up? Smash up your phone right now. How many people would do that? Hey, smash up your iPhone right now.
No one.
No one would do it. But somebody you beefing with, another human being, you could not see the person for a year, and you would treat that person like utter shit if you saw another living, breathing human being. That's why when people get to talking, Christians, Muslims, people get to talking, I'm like, we don't even really love each other. But you love technology more. You love technology more than a fellow human being. You love your car more than a. Justine, I grew up in the beautiful '90s. I remember in the '90s, man, people, you bump into somebody's car, they liable to shoot your ass. That's in the '90s.
Mm-hmm.
That happened a lot in the '90s. I remember in the '90s, people would step on your tennis shoes. You heard about all this. Somebody stepping on somebody's Jordans, they shoot you and kill
Yeah.
you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. So when people talk about technology this, technology that, and robots this, and they're gonna do this, what are you talking about? Human beings have been so evil to each other. It's almost comical at this point that we throw technology and robots under the bus, saying that they're gonna do all these things to us, but we do horrible things to each other over just slight, looking at you wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I was out a few years ago. I was on a train. One black dude, he accidentally looked at another black dude. They was about to kill each other. Man, what the fuck? But I interpret it as just apes because that's something that I've always thought about. Then when I did that thing, shrooms, I just realized we're just apes with clothes on, and that's how apes act because we are still primitive. And I believe that technology, AI, will get us to the next level of consciousness and thinking. What you looking at me for? What you looking at me for? It's apes. We're apes. And we haven't evolved.
Oh God.
We haven't evolved. And I wish so much that we would evolve. I wish that we would definitely evolve. We love technology more than human beings right now. We just won't admit it. But we do. We do.
I think we feel safe.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
so let's embrace more technology and robots because we've already done it now. We've been doing it. We've been embracing convenience. People who are anti-technology. Or think about that little stupid girl. She's kind of like autistic. The white girl.
Oh.
The one who said, "How dare you?" You know what I'm talking about?
No.
What is that girl's name? Somebody help me on the chat. What is that girl's name in the chat? Greta Thunberg. You remember her? Remember her? How dare you?
No, I never seen her. Greta, I gotta look her up.
Let me look her up real quick.
Greta.
Let me get her real quick. Greta Thunberg. Greta Thunberg. Let me see. Greta Thunberg. How dare you? How dare you? Here we go. Here we go. Right here. Here goes Greta Thunberg.
Oh yeah, Greta. Yeah.
I shouldn't be up here. I should be back in school on the other side of the ocean. Yet you all come to us young people for hope. How dare you?
How dare you?
You have stolen my dreams,
Dare you?
my childhood with your empty words. And yet I'm one of the lucky ones.
How dare you?
People are suffering. People are dying. Entire ecosystems are collapsing. We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you?
How dare
How
you?
dare
Now,
you? Yeah, I remember
somebody
Greta.
put this. Now, somebody put this little autistic girl
Mhm.
up to doing that stupid shit. How did she get to that conference? Did
Something
she?
happened to her, remember?
Huh?
Something happened.
No, but I'm saying, how did she get there? Like, how did her
Of course,
body?
they used her. They used
But
her. Yeah.
did she get there in a plane? Did she fly? Did she fly there? You
Yeah,
think?
she fly there. She came here.
So
Yeah.
isn't she using isn't she using something that she's talking against? Because
No,
don't planes
absolutely. And the money.
so when you listen to people, see me personally, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I think most human beings are stupid as shit, and not in a bad way, right? Not in a bad way. It's just that we're not at the next level of evolution yet. We're almost there. But you see this little autistic girl. Her clothes she has on her back are made at a factory. What does she think that factory emits into the air and what when they're making those clothing items? What do they the microphone is made out of certain plastics, another material where it is made at a factory and it emits gases into the air. What the hell is she? Oil is made or oil is used to make some of those materials, right? So what the hell is she talking about? How is she a climate activist? She's
Mm.
using a device made by oil. That microphone takes oil to make that microphone at some level. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But hey, look, I don't blame her. I blame the people that you know, set her, make her the face of bullshit. I
Yeah.
remember her speech, and I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm like, oh, look at her. We all like, oh,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
but yeah, oh, we fucked. But yeah, humans
yeah.
are, yeah, we in
No, I don't
trouble.
know. I don't know. I don't know if that's the case. I believe
Mm.
technology. We are, in my opinion, witnessing the merging of technology, AI, biology. What do they call it? It's called I can't think of the damn name of it. It's called I can't think of the name of it. It's off the top of my head. But it's the merging of technology and AI and biology, and like that's the final step, right?
Mm.
That's the final step. You know, I don't have any children, right? Think about the comfort that a lot of parents have. You ever seen these videos where the mother is doing the little girl's hair?
Mm-hmm.
She puts like a device in her hair, but the kid doesn't know,
Mm-hmm.
and she just tracked her kid. Think about the comfort a parent has knowing that they could track their kids 24/7.
Mm.
The kid doesn't know that they have a device in their head, being But think about what technology is really doing. So, so maybe it's a good thing that AI and automation will take over these jobs.
Mm.
Maybe it'll help mankind. I mean,
Mm.
do we need? I mean, let's be honest. How many more knuckle draggers do we need?
Mm.
You know,
Well,
the knuckle- yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. Do we? I think when everything merges and this new world start, we're
Yeah.
just gonna see a lot of pain, and I just don't want to see that. Maybe, um, people gonna suffer. You know that.
Hmm.
People gonna push back. The people that's gonna push back is the one that's gonna suffer. And I don't, me, I don't like to see anything suffer. So, that's the only thing that I'm scared of. But now not having any kids,
Yeah.
I feel like you're in a better position.
Yeah, I am. I am.
than I am and my kids are, because my two oldest have kids. So it's like
Mm,
my granddaughter, I had a birthday party for my granddaughter yesterday, and it's like, oh my god, and I'm looking at her and how happy and running
yeah,
around and whoop, like, everything is great and sweet. And honestly, at any moment all that can be taken away from us. It's
yeah,
just,
yeah.
it's scary.
Are your kids or grandkids like half foundational Black American or?
My two oldest are
Okay,
foundational Black American.
okay.
But my oldest daughter is, I mean, they're both married to a Caucasian person.
Oh, okay.
So
Foundational white American. Okay.
yes,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
yeah,
What do you think whites are gonna do? Whites handle
things
uh,
different.
things differently.
Hmm.
When they don't get their ways, they they don't struggle the same way that blacks struggle. Um, they act a little. How do you think they act? 'Cause, when these robots start taking over, how do you think the whites are gonna act? Because they act a little bit different. They act.
Listen, I had a space on Friday. I don't know if you came in or even seen it. A man came in there. TC is his name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very racist man. And he thinks that like the black people have smaller brains than the white people, which,
He could be
yeah.
right, but go ahead. Yeah.
Oh Lord, have mercy on me. TC and CT might get along, um, but yeah,
Yeah.
the way he sees it is like, us black people just came in here and ruined the country. So what is he gonna do when the robots come? Like, I can't wait, honestly, to speak to him about that, because is he gonna have more respect for the robots than the black humans? Probably. I think he's gonna be happy with that, because I think, in his opinion, most of the blacks are, you know, degenerates, and
Yeah.
if anything bad happened to them, he wouldn't care anyway. So,
What kind of white was he? What was his occupation?
people think he is actually in the government business. He doesn't want to tell us because they were questioning him that day, but he's actually like very outspoken on bringing violence to the blacks. Like, he's not shy at all.
Yeah.
He's ready to wipe everybody out.
Oh,
Again,
everybody.
yeah, like anything that's not white.
Mm.
Um, so I mean, how is he going to react to the robots? I think he's going to be happy.
Okay.
CT, I think they're gonna get along with the robots.
Yeah.
I think the white people are going to be calm and collective, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. I think naturally they're calm and collective than we are. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, I'm listening to you. Yeah. It's possible. It's possible. I think a lot of whites are gonna go crazy.
You think?
I know. I know.
Ooh,
I know. I see it.
what?
Their identity is largely based around I'm white. When whites
Mm.
become obsolete, they can't handle it.
I'm
They're not seen as
superior.
beautiful. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
now you put it that. Yeah, they're gonna say who? What?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
well,
there's a lot of insecurities amongst a lot of whites that I've seen.
because
I've
they
seen.
think they're smarter than everybody, so that's why the blacks have low IQ.
Well, yeah. I
This,
mean,
mhm.
think about what social media has done. Right? Think about what social media has done.
Mm,
You could before social media. Oh, you could tell your kid, oh yeah, you're white. You're special.
mm,
Think about you grow up in some, like Montana or something. I'm white. All you know is Montana.
mm-hmm,
But then that social media came out and it's showing you all types of people who are scientists, doctors, engineers, building.
mm-hmm,
Then you become less. I really believe that's why we have a lot of incels.
mm,
Now you're realizing that you're not that important or special.
mm,
And so, what will happen when robots start taking over shit?
mm.
Jobs that are traditionally or have been occupied by a lot of whites. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to get pissed.
And then what though? You can't fight the robots.
I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't. I don't know.
You know, this
Yeah.
is something to do study on. Seriously.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think like I told you earlier, the machine, not so much a robot, but the machine has been around now. I want to say at least 15 years, if I can remember, like
Mm.
taking people's job. Like I say, the toll. By the way, I freaking hate it. Even when I go to the store, I don't like self checkout. There's always something wrong with it. It's
Why don't
never
you like
perfect
something's wrong with the self checkout?
because it's always asking for this number or that number, and it goes beep beep beep, and move this and move that. Like it's always like annoys me. Maybe I don't know. And then I do like human to human interaction. I just love that. I like to say hi, hello, how's your day? You know, I like that human to human interaction. Maybe it's just me. I don't like self checkout. I rarely do it. Um, but that's me. I think because I love people.
Mm. Do you think that maybe your interactions with human beings have been a lot better than most people, probably because the way you look?
Mm, mm. I never
Go ahead.
looked at it that way. Or is it the way I look, or is it the way I treat
Where you
them
look?
too? You think? I feel like if you treat people kindly, I'm not saying they all treat me kindly. CT, not all. Trust me. There's times where they're like, I say hello, and they don't even say hello to me, and they throw
It's
the money
probably
in my hands.
but is it generally an uglier woman? It's not a man. You know, it's not a man.
No, it's never a man, and not all
Exactly.
women, but most of the people that are mean to me are women. And I hate to put this on color, and they're black.
Yeah.
Um, so it's like I said, oh, okay. And I always, this is me, right? One of the days somebody gonna smack me. I said, did I do
Mm.
some? I said, did I do something wrong? Did I
Hmm.
offend you in any way? Because I'll question it. Why are you
Yeah.
treating me like that?
Yeah.
Like what I do. I even do it on X. I'm like, why are you mean? What did I do? Did I do something to you? I
Mhm.
dig in, but it's not it's me. It's their,
Yeah.
how they feel about themselves. They treat me the way they do. So that's why I don't like machines. I like humans,
I
and I don't know.
you let's talk about this.
Yeah.
Men and women live in two different realities.
Mm-hmm.
Would you agree with that? Okay.
I do.
I'm ugly. I'm ugly. And short.
So
And you don't have to no,
this no,
you
no, no,
don't.
no. Let me ask though. No, no, you cannot let me ask.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So who told you that?
Well, there's a story. When I was in the second grade, I was on a bus. I've told the story about 1,000 times.
God
The bus
damn it. Yeah.
and two little girls that were behind me, they were in the third grade. They were twins.
Yeah.
And they they retched over, you know what retch mean, you retch over.
Yes.
They
Mm-hmm.
retched over the little seat.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember, in that day, I wasn't sitting by anybody. I was just sitting by myself, just enjoying life.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the sun was beaming. It
Mm-hmm.
was 1992, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
or 91. Was it 91? I can't remember exactly.
Mm-hmm.
7 or 8. They retched over and said, "You ugly." That changed my reality.
Mm.
And growing up, your mom, your grandmother, they dress you up in little Martin Luther King suits and say you're handsome.
Yeah.
Your dad say, yeah, your dad, gives you names, you're handsome, yada yada yada. So your reality is really your family. That's just your reality.
Right.
But the outside world is everybody else, right? You don't think about that as a kid. You just think your universe is just your parents and your home. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like when you saw your teacher outside of school, you said, "How is that possible?" You don't really have a concept of reality until you get old. And there's a skit on TikTok. This black dude does a skit. I forgot the damn name of the skit, but basically, when kids start coming into consciousness, right? Because you're not really conscious at 5 or 6. You just like,
Mm-mm. Mm-hmm.
you know. So that's when I realized I gotta be funny. I gotta be witty. I gotta do everything possible to overcome this adversity, which is ugly.
Mm.
So throughout my life, again, I told you. Now you think I'm joking, but I could go into like an establishment, and particularly with black chicks. And I was always now don't get it twisted. Now I've dated and been with a lot of black women, but it's you go somewhere, you can already see this look like, ugh, I can't. Not obviously they're not doing it like that, right? But being a man, you can see reality for what it really is. And
Mm-hmm.
again, when you are a woman, relatively attractive woman, you don't really see that, but you see it as a man, how human beings really are when they first interact with you, or if they get mad with you.
Mm-hmm.
So your reality made the reason why you love humanity is because being an attractive woman, Eastern Europe, African, human beings treat you a certain way because of the way you look off jump.
Mm-hmm.
With other men, or with men, or particularly certain types of men, you have to come with a package. So the older I have gotten and interacted with so many people throughout my life, you see a underbelly of humanity, right? As a man, you do, and a lot of men understand this, right? You probably don't understand this, and you're a smart woman, but there's an underbelly of reality that is really, really disgusting,
Mm-hmm.
and you really see human nature when you are a certain type of human being, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I say maybe human beings need robots. We need these things around us, you know, because people are tired. You know, people are tired of bad customer service. People are tired of ineptitude. These companies are tired of these apes walking around constantly begging and crying and give me this, give me that, give me this, give me higher wages, give me, give me, give me, give me, give me. Maybe human beings are in need of the robot now. Like maybe I'm in need of. Listen, I don't like bad customer service, right? Maybe when I go somewhere, maybe it should be robots there, because obviously you don't. When I come into a place, you don't. Something about me where you don't respect me enough to even pretend. So maybe we do need robots. Maybe I'm tired of human beings, man.
Mm-hmm.
You can go somewhere and you know because of the way you look, people will treat you a certain way. I don't know. Again, I don't. I'm just giving theories, right? But I know as a guy, I know that this cashier right here, she probably argued with her boyfriend that looks like me, probably. When
Mm-hmm.
I come to y'all, look at this. Sorry, my. You get what I'm saying now? You
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying? You kind of
Mm-hmm.
get where I'm coming from.
Mm-hmm.
So because we are apes, we associate with patterns. So here come this ape. He can. That nigga look like my boyfriend. So she already has an attitude. But whereas I could just go to the self checkout, kabluka, and I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't got to deal with no human being.
Yep. Thank you and
Yeah,
goodbye. Yep. Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. So that's what I'm saying. I think it's just two different realities.
I get it.
Like a beautiful blonde white girl.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest. A beautiful blonde. She goes into an establishment. Now the other apes. Now, mind you, they're not acting like that, but that's what it really is. She gets more
Mm-hmm.
attention. People, But if you come in there, you look like and most women don't look like that. Most women aren't blonde and blue eyed. Let's say you come in there and you kind of mid looking. Are you gonna get those it goes down. It's we're apes. We are driven by our own impulses.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes
I
any sense.
agree. It makes sense. Mm-hmm.
So the robot represents a certain neutrality.
Right.
The robot, the AI represents this neutral playing field
For everyone. Yep.
for everyone. And I
Right.
think that's what we need as a see, you would survive very well in a primitive society because
Mm-hmm.
all the men, they, they they're all yeah. But what about a woman who's not as attractive as you? You ever thought about that? You ever thought about that before?
Never. I honestly never know.
No. But see, this is the beauty of being. And again, I'm not saying that you're not smart. You're very smart. But this is the beauty of being a man, very smart, and haven't done mushrooms. I see reality for what it is. We're just apes.
Mm.
We're just apes with clothes on, and we come up with sky daddies and institutions. We come up with all this crazy stuff to fulfill some void that we have. But the reality is, we're apes. And the
Mm.
reality is that humanity has been around. I don't know how long you believe, but for hundreds of thousands of years, it's the same thing over and over and over and over. Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. In my opinion. So, so when I say that the merging of technology, the progression of society needs to go into the stars. From my perspective, there's a level of elevation to that because now we are transcending past race. We are transcending past little Earth skirmishes. We're transcending past little beefs, and who cares about that stuff when you are exploring space? Because there's something great. Because then you realize, wow, there is this void. Now there's an actual void, which is space is a void that is so greater than racism and politics, and that is the next journey for man. And I believe that's where we are going if we implement AI and robotics. That's just me.
Mm.
It's just me.
Okay.
I could just be bullshitting. I could just be
You might be
talking.
onto something.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess we all shall see, right?
yeah.
When that happens. But I like how you keep saying that we are all apes, though. That's funny to me.
You don't
That
believe we are apes?
I mean, I feel like me,
No, go ahead.
Orthodox. So I believe that the higher. I think God created us. I don't think we are apes, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could it be that God is an ape? He's
No,
so you don't believe. So what do you believe a human being is?
I think a human being created by God.
Okay. So God
What?
looks like us.
Yeah, I think God looks like us.
Does God look like Flavor Flav? No, seriously. So God looks like us. So does God look like
God created us in His own image, so His God created him to look just like us.
no, I'm okay. So God, so God looks like
Flavor Flav is crazy.
God looks like Adolf Hitler. You there?
So me, are you? Your video keep freezing.
Oh, yeah.
Are you back?
Back.
Yeah. I mean, look. Maybe I need to do. I need to try a mushroom to see the way you see. I need your vision.
No, please don't do it. Just because
Yeah.
here goes the truth right here in itself.
Right.
I'm asking you questions that you've become uncomfortable with because you never thought about that. Because
Right.
now I'm challenging you to think this guy looked like Flavor Flav. Does Flavor Flav look like God? Like think about it. Look how
Yeah.
Flavor Flav. Go ahead.
Yeah. I honestly think when it says on the book that He created us in His own image, and I feel like God his God that created him the way he looks. God sometimes take his time on some people, and he maybe rushes on others. I don't know. You know. Um.
Does God have a penis?
No, I don't believe that.
Yeah. What would you need a penis for in heaven? I mean, they don't
Exactly.
have toilets in heaven,
But
right?
but but I think God gave you guys that so you can procreate,
Okay.
make more of His images.
Okay.
I think. But
Okay.
well, CT. So
I'm
I
listening to
know
you.
you say you were raised in church. So what
Mhm.
do you believe in? Like, do you believe God
I,
created
be-
like?
I
Go ahead.
believe. Oh no, I want you to finish it. Go ahead. Go ahead. You got the
So
floor.
do you
Go ahead.
think God created you in His own image?
I believe that the no, in
Okay.
terms of the literal sense, no. I believe whatever is written in the Bible
Mm-hmm.
is the best interpretation of something that is so complex that we don't even truly understand.
Mm,
I think that's the way that whoever wrote that down.
mm-hmm.
I believe that obviously you're writing this down for these very primitive beings to at least try to understand. I'm not saying that there is no God. I'm not saying that there is no Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that. I am saying that the complexity of the universe is so incomprehensible that I don't know. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just a student of the universe. Yeah,
I
that's the
like
way.
that.
Yeah,
No, I like it. I like it.
yeah,
Student
I
of the
don't know.
universe. Okay.
But nobody can tell me that in this book because somebody
Mm-hmm.
told me about the book.
Mm-hmm.
But the way I actually feel, I don't feel like God looks like me.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm saying is, I don't feel that God has opposable thumbs in heaven. What do you need opposable thumbs in heaven for? Because that
Mm-hmm.
would mean that there are structures in heaven. Are you think about this before it? So that would mean that okay, are there structures in heaven? Are you climbing over things? Are you opening things up? Why would you need?
Mm-hmm.
You ever thought about stuff like that? Why would you need opposable thumbs? Are you handshaking people? I get to asking a lot of questions about everything.
When
Go
I
ahead.
think of heaven, I think of heaven just you just float around and understand
You can
without
float.
even speaking.
Okay. Okay.
It's just like a picture of being peaceful and just wonderful. I don't know. Maybe that's just my brain being washed.
Okay. Do you know what's going on over in Syria?
I'm hearing bits and pieces. When did this happen?
2 days ago. Do you?
Oh,
Yeah. Should I bring a panel up? I wasn't gonna do a panel today. Should
yeah,
I bring
I
a
think
panel?
you should bring up. Yeah, why not? So what
Let me do this.
happened?
Oh, I can read it right now. Residents described shootings outside their homes and bodies in the streets in Syria's worst unrest since Bashar Assad's oust. You know Assad is correct.
Yes, of course.
More than 1,000 people have been killed since Thursday. A
Mm,
war monitor said the gunfire began at dawn on Friday in the town of El Hafa on Syria's Mediterranean coast. At first, Wala, a 29-year-old resident of the town, leaped off her bed to the corner of the room in her first floor apartment, flattening herself as the rat-a-tat of gunshots sounded outside her bedroom window. When the commotion grew louder, she said she crept to the window and peeled back the curtain. Outside, dozens of people were fleeing down the road, many of them in their pajamas, as four men in forest green uniforms chased them. Then the uniformed men opened fire. Within seconds, four of the fleeing people crumpled to the ground.
mm,
I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was terrified. Terrified, said Walla, who asked to be identified only by their first name, or who asked to be identified only by her first name for fear of retribution. The attack in her town, was part of the unrest that has shaken Syria's coast over the last 4 days and has killed more than 1,000 people.
mm,
It was the bloodiest outbreak of violence since rebels ousted the longtime dictator Bashar al-Assad in early December. It seems like when Assad was there, these things weren't happening. But it's very funny that they're calling him a dictator. But in December, they sought to assert their rule over a country fractured by nearly 14 years of civil war. The violence broke out on Thursday when armed men loyal to Assad ambushed government security forces in Latavia province, where Haifa is located. That's the city. The ambush set off days of clashes between Assad's loyalists and government forces. The observatory, which is based in Britain, has monitored the Syrian conflict since 2011. Said early Sunday that about 700 civilians were among more than 1,000 dead, most of them killed by government forces. Let me get to the I don't want to bore you guys to death with all these pages, but these are Muslims. These are Muslims, right?
Yes, Syria is Islamic country.
Religion of peace, right? Religion of peace, right? Why are they killing Christians?
Mm,
You never thought about that?
that's awful.
Yeah. Why are they killing Christians?
That's so they are targeting Christians.
Yeah.
Mm, wow, that's awful.
But why do you think they're killing Christians?
Because I guess that maybe they want them to convert. I mean, in my opinion, the Islamic religion is supposed to be this peaceful and high and mighty. I feel like between them and the Judaism, like it's it's the opposite.
Yeah.
If you ask me, what Christian country have you heard killing Muslims or Jewish people? It's actually the other way around.
It is the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
I
think
don't.
Islam is a global problem?
Yes.
Why do you say that?
I think it's because they feel like, you know what it is. I think the religion teaches them that, like, by doing what they do, they get their reward is high.
Mm.
I think it's brainwashing going on. Um, so, but then again, they can tell you that we get brainwashed too as Christians. So
Yeah.
Religion is a very, very, yeah, very tricky. Because they can tell you that I'm getting brainwashed by believing what I believe too. So, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to go out of my house and say, okay, let me kill this person because this person is Islamic belief or a Jew, or a Jew. Like,
When I was a kid in the 90s, um, Pokemon had come out. You ever heard of Pokemon?
of course, yeah.
Pokemon had come out. And I remember kids were all into Pokemon.
Yep.
They knew the characters, they knew the world building, they knew it. It was almost like a religion to them.
Right.
You ever heard of Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yes, indeed.
I remember when Yu-Gi-Oh came out. I think Yu-Gi-Oh had been out for a long time, but in terms of in the United States, it was relatively new.
Mm.
I remember when Yu-Gi-Oh came out. Could you imagine if people who follow the Yu-Gi-Oh universe, like Yu-Gi-Oh fans,
Mm.
they started fighting with people who were Pokemon in
Mm-hmm.
real life?
Mm-hmm.
Like Pokemon's better. Bah, 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 bah. They started talking about Charizard. He's better than that guy. That he's better. Can you imagine if they started doing that?
Yeah, I see your point. I just, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, that's the way I view religion.
Mm-hmm.
Religion, with what religion has done to this planet.
Yeah, it's
These
sad.
institutions are dangerous, very dangerous. I'm not saying that. Hey, look, man, if y'all believe it's real, you whatever. But this is dangerous right here. Some of those videos, and I don't even advise anybody to watch them. Some of these videos that I've seen in Syria will blow your mind away.
Mm.
Like indiscriminate killings of Christians and I guess not really or moderate Muslims by these super fanatic Muslims are insane. What's going on there?
Hmm.
And what are they fighting over?
That's a good question.
It's wild. It's wild.
My thing is like, okay, you go out and you killed all this Christian, and then what?
And then what? Exactly.
I always think
Allah
that's
just
the
killed
solution.
Allah, just killed some Christians. Allah. What do you get from doing it?
Yeah,
Nothing. Nothing. Nothing at all.
yeah, it's sad.
It is. Over nonsense. That's the way I look. This is why I keep saying the importance of robots and AI. Y'all gotta go. Because here goes the thing. You are a Christian, right? You are a Christian, yes?
I
Most,
am.
most
Yeah,
Americans are Christian.
they are. Mm-hmm.
What do you think is gonna happen if these barbarians come over to America? What do you think they'd
Oh,
do? What the do you think that stuff is just really local to that region?
mm. Yeah.
Religion is very dangerous too. It's something that needs it to me is something again that needs to be studied and and given an advisory at this point. You know, get the likes up, guys. Share the video. Positivity. The link is dropped. I did drop it. I wasn't gonna drop the link today, but I did go ahead and dropped it. Yeah, I did go ahead and drop it. Rod says, "Learn your history, CT. Catholicism is the truth. It's the truth to you. It's not the truth to me." Incredible institution. Don't get me wrong, but it's not the truth to me. Get the likes up, guys. Share the video. Positivity is coming your way. Wealthy Broke Man says it's a fight between the Sunni and Shia. When are these people going to stop fighting? Which side is going to eventually win? Monkeys, apes, just fighting. My God, better than your God. Animals. That's why we need this robot revolution. Get you animals up out of here. AP, what's up? Go ahead, AP. Go ahead.
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good. Having a good Sunday. Yeah, very good Sunday.
Good.
Go ahead.
I don't think humans will ever stop fighting each other.
Yeah, right.
And the thing about it is, the best thing that could happen is awareness of machines.
Yeah.
The only thing is that when they do become aware, they're going to think they're more superior than humans. And so once again, we're going to be back at the Stone Age. But I don't think humans will ever correct themselves. As far as labeling Muslims as barbarians and all that, there's a lot of killing going on here in the United States as it is. Think about this.
Keep it real. Keep it
Think
real.
about this, CT. For all the years of Western civilization, we know what causes humans to have mental illnesses. We know what causes people to have grow up with aggression, what causes them to have, in case of child abuse and things like that. But we, as a society, still allows it to happen.
Yeah.
It's been years research, ever since the 1800s, that people with mental illness should not be allowed to procreate, but we still allow them to.
Yeah.
So now we have generations of kids that are coming out with bipolar, sexual dysfunction, all kinds of things like that. So it's like, even though we know what's right, we still allow, and what they now say is because of democracy, we have to have democracy. Well, democracy actually doesn't work. People have to be under rule of law. There has to be a consciousness, and unfortunately, that's never going to happen. The only way that would happen will be under the rule of machines. But then
So
you
you
wipe
believe
out.
that the machines should rule us?
But then the problem is, when the machines do rule us, who controls the machines? That's the only thing. What program would they be ruled under? So, hey, as far as humanity is concerned, I think that the best thing that could happen is at least 60% of each continent should be wiped out. And that's my opinion. Yeah. And the reason I say that is because there are too many people, and we have too many people who are not really contributing to the best of society. Instead of taking responsibility and administering justice, we keep them in prisons. No murderers, killers, instead of using those resources to make a better society and for people who are worth something.
AP, what are foundational Black and foundational white America's going to do when AI takes over?
The intelligent ones will prosper. The ones who are not intelligent, they'll be pushed into cities, into slums, into the outskirts of society. So I look at the future as one of two ways. Unfortunately, I think we're going to go the way of Mad Max if things don't change. But if you were to be optimistic, Brave New World will be a better option. But I definitely don't see us going towards Star Trek, unfortunately.
Where is all the Christian support for all of the Christians being slaughtered in Syria right now from these American Christians, ma'am?
That Christianity is a fallacy, just like Islam and the rest of religions. And the reason I say that is the true Christians, you will not find them in the church. Okay? Because what's happened is Christianity is not upholding the laws of God. They've become more political. And in the beginning, it was in a way political, because the first Emperor Constantine, he converted to Christianity because he saw the growth in the population of people and one way to maintain power. But what's happening now is the churches are telling people what helps them feel good instead of telling them the truth.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is if you go to anywhere, libraries, the LGBT can be inside the library. They have information, but the Jehovah's Witnesses and the Christians have to stand outside. Not only that, you go to a lot of churches, you see a rainbow flag hanging outside. That's condemned in the Bible. And then we have the false pope who has done nothing to turn over bishops and other priests who are guilty of molesting children. So, like I said, people haven't lost their faith in religion and their God, but they've lost faith in the church the way it is.
Can you name me a content creator that's talking about the Christians being like killed over in Syria?
No, they don't care. They rather talk about screaming over Donald Trump and him deporting illegal criminals. And to be honest with you, how many Black content creators talked about the murder of the rapper and his 5-year-old child?
I don't know how many.
And that happened in Jasmine Crockett's district.
I don't know how many. Are Christians weak?
Yes. And that's the reason why they've allowed their countries to be overrun by Muslims, because they are weak. Name the Jews and Christians overrunning Muslim countries.
If Syria killed 2,000 Jews in a day, because they killed like 2,000 Christians in a day, what would Israel do to Syria? What do you think?
First of all, I know Israel have the capabilities of taking out their leaders, so that all their pages probably would go off simultaneously.
So you mean to tell me all the Christians?
You mean to tell me all the?
You mean to tell me all the Christians on the planet, none of them can do anything to
because they don't care. They don't care. And to be honest, you want me to be blunt about it, CT?
Yeah, be blunt.
Black lives don't matter, not even to Black people. Because when's the last time you heard T.D. Jakes talk about the death of Christians and this open slavery? Do you know they have open slave markets of African Christians in North Africa?
But Syria is just mostly Arab. So I'm just trying to figure out, why aren't Christians about that life? Why are Christians about that? Let's talk about it.
Well,
Why
CT,
are
let me
Christians
say
about
this.
that life?
There are some white Christians who have gone over to do work, but my thing is, where are the black Christians? They're so busy talking about slavery and asking for reparations. Well, we have our African brothers and sisters in slavery over there in Africa now. How many of them are going over there to rescue them? How many of them are asking the president to have sanctions and to stop the treatment of women, black women, in countries like UAE, Dubai, Qatar, and other places where they're doing domestic work and they're treated less like than animals? But then again, I can't condemn those people because we've had cases right here in the United States of African immigrants bringing over people over and working them as slaves in their homes.
Bob says, CT, stop giving women voices about topics only men know about. Would you listen to a dude talking about that? No, I wouldn't. That's gay. The Black Sarah. Black Sarah, you there? Black Sarah? Okay, she dropped off. Justine, you there?
I'm here.
Why aren't Christians going over to Syria fighting for Christians that are being slaughtered?
Why aren't they doing that?
2,000 Christians have been killed by
That's a good question.
Can you give me the name of a conservative content creator, or truth be told, an American Christian that has condemned what these Syrians have done?
No.
It's interesting, right? It's very interesting.
It is interesting. It is. Not gonna lie.
Why are Christians punks? Let's be honest about it. Why are Christians punks? Why are they punks?
Are we punks or are we praying? Maybe we
Are
praying.
you just praying? You're hoping something don't happen to you.
Yes, indeed. I think I don't know. I don't see Christian. You never hear Christians starting a war or slaughtering and murdering people in the name of Christianity. So that's a great question.
The other day or yesterday, these I forgot the name of this. It was a Muslim, Muslims. They're going around to just villages, just hunting down Christians. Literally open, just kill. I've seen it. It's horrifying, to be honest with you. Horrifying. You think when you think that all these content creators, Christian, they should be doing panels about this. Save the Christians, right? Over in Syria. Why aren't they doing that? No. How come there's no big movement for this right now?
That is a good question.
Yeah.
Hashtag Christian Life Matters. Yeah.
Yeah. You know why it's no movement, CT?
Yeah.
Because it takes work. It takes work. It's easy to carry around signs and protests and make
it really is.
But when actually putting boots on the ground and to actually go and demand something from your representatives, that takes work. They don't want to do that. The same thing why you hear them yelling about the illegals being deported, the Catholic charities. Well, if you're so concerned about these people, why aren't you not in Venezuela, Mexico, Guatemala, where they're, I'm going to say a bad word, sorry, where they're messed up countries and corrupt governments and demanding they treat their people better? Why do you want to bring them over here? Doesn't make any sense. And they have plenty, and you notice in all those places, they're always overpopulated, dirt poor. And what's the biggest churches that are over there? Catholic churches.
1,200 Christians in Druze. What the hell is a Druze? A Druze is who call themselves Muhwadin, are an Arabic esoteric religious group from West Asia. So they are hunting down. Okay, so let me see. 1,200 Christians, Druze, and other minorities have been butchered in Syria just in the last few days, rounded up, executed, and left for dead. Look at that. Look at that. I love it. I love it, man. I love this
Oh
reality.
my God.
I love the reality of this.
But
You
CT, they're massacring each other in Rwanda for years, and
hold on
nobody
for a
did
second.
anything.
Hold
Yeah.
on. The American Christian is full of shit. You would think after, because all of this stuff you could see in real time now. It ain't just rumors, and you could see this stuff. These Muslims, they get on camera and record themselves. Oh, they're gonna go find some Christians. Oh, there goes a Christian. Blah, 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 blah. I saw it. I saw it, Justine. Man, you would think that this would be a national conversation amongst all these goddamn Christians here. Go ahead.
They come into your own country and cuss you out. You have them doing protests pro-Palestine, marching over here in America. You have them marching in the UK. Why is that tolerated? Jews can't go over there and march in their countries and demand anything. Even
no, go ahead.
you know,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, they use our own democracy against us. So, I mean, I don't expect for anybody to go over there and do anything over there because they're not doing anything to protect their own homelands.
You mean to tell me Christians, all these, Protestants, all these organizations in America don't have the power to stop what's going on over there? Maybe forcing the government to, hey, man, you got to go over there and do something, man. Those are our Christian brothers, man.
They
Sanctions.
All lives are not the same.
That's a damn shame. It's easy to protest in America. It's easy to protest and walk down some little fancy street. It's easy to sing "We Shall Overcome." But this right here, man. Those Muslims, man, they just outright with it. Hey, man, what's up? Barnabas pointed this out. He said the Muslims really believe in what they talk about. Christians, man, that's Christians right now in church right now, singing, spirituals and whatever. And they ain't talking about condemning what those Syrians are doing to each other. Just want to point that out. Go ahead.
Name the Muslim bakery that was forced to bake a gay cake.
None.
Name the Muslim mosque
where
they have walked in and say, hey, you can't separate the men and women from sitting from each other. You all have to sit together.
None.
Name the number of
Muslims have been punking Christians for a damn eon or two. That's a damn shame right there. And that's probably the only video that I could really show. And you would think that all these Christians in America, they'd be in uproar today. They ain't in uproar.
And not only that, they're making you pay for them as they outbreed you. Look at what's happening in UK.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and I don't fault them. They're allowed to do it. They're allowed to do it.
Yeah.
And if an American person sets up and say, hey, this isn't right. You're taking our tax money. Because, in some states, they're allowing them to have their own private schools paid with federal money. But, hey, federal government is allowing it. What can you say?
Yeah. Justine, or you are a Christian. Are you a devout Christian, Justine? I don't know if she's there or not. Ben, what do you think about what's going on in Syria, man? Those Islamic radicals are going around village to village hunting down Christians. I'll kill some Christians. What do you think about that, buddy? What do you think about that?
Oh, I mean, I think I hearken back to the Crusades. So why are people shocked as if this is something that's happened only once in history? Only thing we have is televised, and it's moved. Information and video is moved at the tip of your fingers. So people that are real students of history and theology and different particularly the Roman Catholic Church after Constantine became its first emperor and pope. If you look at the Nicaea Council 323 and 326 AD, it's all there. It's not like as Christians have never done this. Most people choose to be absent-minded or either selective, have a historical point to historical events. So this is basically, in my view, a behavior, yes, you're right, of humans, but at the same time of also conquest and or nation undermining and nation building.
Check this out real quick. Please pray for our Christian brethren. Now, Christians in Syria are being slaughtered by the thousands. Where are the Western leaders who backed the terrorists? Where are the media outlets that cheered when ISIS took power? All Templars must watch the situation and prepare. Look at these. Look at that.
And CT, keep in mind, when the Muslims came through, people forget, and Ben dropped off. I wish he had stayed on. But parts of Africa were Christians before the Muslims came. Same parts of Middle East, mostly Christian. Muslims came, they wiped them out.
Yeah.
That's why I brought up the Crusades, because people got to understand, as far as when you look at as humans from the times of say 770 AD, you can go back further than that. You go back to, I'd say 23,600 BC. This is nothing new. And all the Christians that are in the Western nations, all they have to do is go get their uniform, put on their boots, because you got to understand, Orthodox and or Coptic Christians or Alexandria Christians are not the Christians of the evangelical Anglo-Saxon. That's the reason why nothing's being done.
Ben, this is a great history lesson. What about the Christians now in America? These proud Christians.
Yeah.
Where they at? Where they at to talk about that?
I'm not a Christian. I think they should go over there and help those Christians out.
Yeah.
In the name of Christian. If they believe, if they solely stake they down and their afterlife on this, go over there, volunteer, put on your parachute, prepare like that. Yeah, go on over there. All you brave Christians, all you Episcopalians and African Methodists and Calvinists and Lutherans, go on.
Curses ain't about
but
that.
But Ben,
life,
would you say that under Christianity, the Christians are not even united? Because you say that there was a division even between the, like you said, the Orthodox and the Coptic Christians versus the Western Christians.
Never have been. The doctrine in itself is flawed, and it supports and have portals, or I should say, inroads to create strife and divisions. You know, the Gnostics and you brought up the Druids, CT. They've always been in conflict. Just in America, it's real packaged up, and you got your temple, and you got your building, and you got your crosses, and so forth, and all. And they're going there, like you said, sing hymns and so forth, and then in the Catholic Church, hominy, pomine, shamini, and then they walk their ass out. But they're not up for that type of smoke. They're not up for that type of smoke. They want to wait on God to come back and do that, or send some angels, but they ain't up for that.
And that's what I said. That goes back to the difference between Islam versus the Christians. The Muslims don't mind dying because they believe in heaven. They believe in that paradise.
Yeah.
They don't get it regardless. Christians talk about heaven and paradise.
Thank you so much, Crown Reeds.
Are willing to put in the work.
Well, they really don't believe it. I'm not even gonna say they put in the work. They just are enchanted by the gospel, but they're not going to. They're not gonna go get involved.
Hold on, Pierce. Hold on, BD in the back. CT. Hopefully, thank you so much, Crown Reed. CT. Hopefully, you won't have an AI chaotic truth. Yeah, that take me out of business.
Now the robots might do it. Unleash some of them robots. You know, they might go over there.
Hey Ben, this is one of the. Oh, I can't show that. Jesus Christ, what was that?
No, be careful, CT.
Hey Ben. Hey Ben. You know, I call people out on their bullshit. Where are these Christians at, man? These gun-toting Christians at, man?
That's what I said myself.
Who are some of the biggest Christians in the country? Some of the biggest Christian heads, like I don't know, man. Who are some big Christians in the country?
I'll say Locke. Locke is one of the his ministry. They made him a bishop. He's one of those radical Christians. I don't hear him telling his parishioners to get your uniform and go get your shots and we getting ready to send you over to. No, I don't hear that. So it's a lot of them. There's a lot of them in the Bible Belt. That's why they call it the Bible Belt. But where they at?
I can't see Joel Osteen in fatigues. Can you, Ben?
No, I can't see Joel Osteen doing anything but being up under a bright light.
Trinity Broadcasting Network. Christian Broadcasting Network, CBN.
CBN. They have a big network and big outreach.
You mean to tell me that they don't have no political influence, no influence? Because, you know, hey, truth be told, this might be the start of a genocide.
Start of a genocide or a
2001? It was 2000.
Well, it's not us that's getting in problem. It's maybe the Protestants, but.
Oh, let me finish, Imperius. I know you gotta come make some bullshit excuses too. I could go to CBN right now. You would think that one of these Christian networks, this would be 24 hours rotation, man, to get the word out. See, the Jews are about that life. Y'all could, hey man, Israel's about that life. I bet you they couldn't do that, 2,000 Jews in 2 days, shit, without international help and all shit.
The only reason Palestinians are still alive is because of America. If it was left up to the Jews, they would have nuked them off the planet years ago. And that's facts.
Those are Christians being so. I mean, Ben, you saw. I don't know if you're on Twitter, Ben. You should watch some of these videos, man. These Arabs, they get to driving around and they get to killing these people. Man, dude, listen. I am an.
What do you suggest? What do you suggest? This good old United States of America's security apparatuses and military branches do?
Dude, I'm out of it. I'm not a fundamentalist Christian.
Oh, I thought you were Christian. I thought you said you were Christian.
I'm an institutional Christian.
Okay. Now, okay, that's a good point. All those people you spoke about, and when you said where are they at, they're institutions.
I'm talking about these major institutions, these media outlets, these big churches. Man, you would think that, hey, man, y'all want to go over there or do something to save them. Dude, they're killing them people, man.
No, those are theological, mosaic Christians. They're not functional. They're not functional Christians in the sense of the Crusades.
Well, can I say something here, CT? Like, that's happening.
Are you buying a plane ticket? I mean, I think you should be saying that you buying a plane ticket.
Why? It's not, dude. We sent the Vatican envoy already in there. They already assured us we're fine. It's not us that's getting hurt.
But those are your Christian brothers.
No, they're not. Protestants are Christian. What are you talking about?
You hear what he just said? It's not us.
No, who was the first? Who was the first person that the new regime met with? Who was the first person? Does anyone know?
Do Protestants not follow Jesus or
no, they don't. They're heretics. What are you talking about?
No, Protestants don't follow. Okay, who do Protestants?
No,
follow?
they don't. They follow their own understanding. They follow themselves.
Do they
have something called sola scriptura and sola fide. They follow themselves, their own understanding of things. They don't really follow Christ. They follow their own individual. That's why they have 3,000 different churches, because they can't say that one person in their own church is wrong, because they each are infused with the Holy Spirit, and each one of them knows they're each infused with the whole.
Those Christians are cool to kill.
No, they're not Christians.
Oh, so they're not Christians. Okay.
No, Protestants are not Christians.
Oh, okay.
They're heretics by definition. There is only one branch of Christianity. What does the Apostolic Creed say?
No, I'm asking
the Holy Catholic Church.
Okay. So
there is one church. The other heretics decided to leave and start their shit.
So Baptist,
that has nothing to do if they're Christian. That's like saying CT.
Serious. So Baptist, Lutheran.
No, they're not Christian.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
They separated from the church.
No, CT, they're heretics. They believe in sola fide. What is sola fide? What is sola scriptura? That is what they believe in. Sola fide is by faith alone. Their own interpretation of the faith that they individually have.
Yeah.
So they can make up whatever they want.
These other religions don't believe in Jesus. Is that what you're saying?
It's not about believing in Jesus. It's about what did Christ say? Upon you I shall build my church, and the gates of hell shall not withstand against it. What does the Apostolic Creed say that the apostles said? What did the Apostolic Creed, which the apostles wrote, said? We believe in one holy Catholic church.
Right.
There is no one else.
Yeah.
CT. Here's your issue with the Christians.
Like, if you want power, CT, why is it that the Catholic Church they're not slaughtering Catholics?
Yeah.
They're not touching Catholics. You know why? Because the hand of God will come down on you.
Yeah.
Why is the Chinese government recognize the Catholic Church? Because we have power. You don't want the hand of God coming on you. We have billions of people.
Yeah.
Billions.
Also have power. Lots of power.
Like, why did the Pope meet with Xi Jinping? Did Xi Jinping meet with or recognize any religious leader in the world? Did he meet with the Ayatollahs when we were bitching about the Muslims getting their organs removed? No, he didn't care. Nope. But what did he do? He allowed the first open Catholic cardinal in China. Why? Because the Catholic Church has more power than China does.
Everybody.
So let me get this straight one more time. Let me get this straight. So evangelicals, Lutherans, Calvinists,
they are heretics by definition.
Okay. So
my question was, do they believe in Jesus though?
Hold on, JD. Hold on, BD. So you mean to tell me, to be straight again, in Pierce, those Christians being slaughtered in Syria are not Christians.
They're not Christians.
Oh.
They're people that want to believe in what they think they believe in and call themselves something. If I paint myself black and call myself black, am I black?
No. Well,
Okay, then. Okay, I'm not black, right? Yes.
Well,
okay.
You're not white either. You're just pink. But yeah, whatever.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty white. Yeah. I mean, we're all pink on the inside. I mean, that's what all of us want is a soft pink center. But what I'm saying is, I mean, CT, look, it's not happening to us over there. If the Protestants want to sit there and just get wiped out, that's fine with me. I don't really care. Like, my point of view is the fact is that, look, that region they won't touch us. Iraq didn't touch us. Nobody will touch what we want to do there. Remember, CT, you want me to send you a link?
I can almost bet if we shared a border with them, they'd come.
No, they wouldn't. Why? What are you talking about?
Okay. Right.
We did share board. Like, the Muslims aren't going to do. Dude, CT, why? Let me ask you a question. Why did in 2015 the Pope go to Abu Dhabi and in there?
Hold on, Pierce. You're talking too fast. AP, you there, sweetheart?
I'm still here.
If we shared a border with the Middle East, they come over here just like they all over in Europe right now. These gun-toting, Christian, Bible-thumping Americans ain't stopped these Mexicans from coming over here and taking over towns. And are you kidding me? Now all of a sudden we tough now. We got to stop lying to ourselves. Now all of a sudden they ain't Christian. They Protestants.
Well, he is right.
Really, it ain't about the
people taking the towns are Catholic. Where do you think we're taking over? All the people you're bringing in are us.
But CT,
you're paying our NGOs to bring us in.
Yeah, sure. So the cartel, that's us, huh? The cartel
is known as tribal violence.
No, CT, you understand that $6 billion was given by your government to Catholic NGOs to bring Catholics in here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. You understand that in the prison gangs, for example, the Mexican mafia or any Mexican prison gang, non nuestra familia, whatever, if you put the picture of the Virgin Mary or the Christ on you, why do they have that painted on them? Why do they get those tattoos? Because in their culture, you can't look at that image and kill someone. That's why they have it all over. That's what they do in prison. First day, you get your Christ tattooed on your back so someone can't stab you in the back. So if CT, you're telling me those people won't die for God. Go down to Brazil and tell me that the Brazilians won't go die for God.
Yeah.
You've never been around the world, CT. The Brazilians are the most nuts Catholics in the world.
Don't nobody care about no Syria.
Yeah, because Syria is insignificant. It's a bunch of Protestants.
But they're killing each other.
It's a bunch of little everything over there, but don't nobody care about that.
Most of the people getting killed over there are the Alawites. They kill their own minorities. The biggest minority that the Syrians are killing are the
if it was
Alawites.
England or France, we would be having a different conversation.
Because in England or France, those are Catholic countries. They wouldn't allow it.
But in Mexico and Brazil, they're killing each other off like animals too.
That's
they're
why Imperius is full of shit, AP.
Yeah, he is.
All that, they ain't gonna do
and
nothing.
I like Imperius. I think he's cool. But some things I have to disagree with.
Just like in America, Christians kill each other. Come on, man. Please, brother, don't kill me. Jesus Christ. Yeah, okay, I'm pretty sure.
They're hanging each other. They torture each other. And far as Mexicans call themselves Christians, how can you call yourself Christian and you're worshiping Day of the Dead? All the skull and crossbones. That's satanic. Where's that in the Bible?
AP.
They're not Christian.
You mean to tell me
they practice voodoo just like the Haitians do? Haitians are Catholic too. They practice voodoo, Santeria. Where's that in the Bible? That's devil worship.
AP, do murders not happen in Mexico? Do murders not happen in Brazil?
They do the same thing in Mexico, Catholics, like Rwanda. They scalp each other. They chop each other's heads off. But you know what? It's part of their culture. It's part of they were doing it before the Spaniards came there. So nothing has changed. Just like in Africa, they're scalping each other. It's part of their culture. Syria, same thing. You can't change that.
I'm gonna sit up here and be forced to listen to lies. The Christians, the Protestants, they follow Jesus Christ. What came first, the Catholic Church or Christianity, AP?
I would say the Catholic Church was first. Remember, Catholicism was there first. And before Catholicism, there was Coptic Christianity, which is the oldest form of Christianity, which is practiced by the Ethiopians, the Eritreans, the Russians. That's what I'm saying. Me and Ben were talking about the separation.
Christianity came first. Christianity came first.
Yeah.
You should look it up. It came first. Jesus didn't say, I'm a Catholic.
No, he wasn't.
But Antioch didn't say they were Catholics. They were Christians. People who follow Christ. The Christians at Antioch. That's in the damn Bible. AP, it goes along with what I was saying earlier. In my opinion, we're nothing but just damn animals, man. None of us know what the blank is going on. Imperius just caught in here and pretty much punked out. See?
Oh no, you cut him off. Come on, see.
He punked out.
Him off.
Look at what those Muslims are doing. Those aren't real Christians. Those aren't real Christians.
That's tribal violence. That among the Muslims, even among the tribes in Africa, they fight each other. It doesn't matter what their religion is, they fight each other. That's just it. It's tribal violence.
Where is the global outrage from Christians? That's all I want to know. Ain't none. Ain't no global outrage. I'm gonna bring you back in a minute, Imperius. I didn't just want you talking over me. the violence has raised the specter of a larger sectarian conflict in Syria. It stoked panic in the coastal provinces of Latavia or what's that? Latakia? Oh, Jesus Christ. And Tartus, places I would never go. The region is the heartland of Syria's Alawite minority, another group being killed. You ever heard of the Alawites minority? Which dominated the ruling class and upper ranks of the military under the Assad government and included the Assad family itself. The new government was formed from a coalition of rebels led by a Islamic Sunni Muslim group.
Tribal violence.
Tribal violence. But it's also very religious too.
But you can't fix it. How are you going to fix it?
No?
Because Assad is gone. That's the problem with the West. Always trying to put these fake democracies up. Some people, like I said, have to be ruled under an iron fist. It doesn't work. The only thing that united the Arab tribes was Islam. They were fighting and killing each other. Do you know how long it took Muhammad to unite, to put all of them into check? You think he did it by selling them Qurans? No. It took years. It took violence. That's the only thing they know. And that's what separates Western civilization from these people. And that's the reason why they'll never be on the same level as, say, like a Germany or United States or an Australia.
No.
Because they can't stop fighting each other.
Yeah.
How can you build anything when you're constantly killing off your men and your intelligent people are leaving? Look at Iran. Iran is like, even, and the sad thing about it, the Persians were one of the first civilizations.
Yeah.
Look at Afghanistan.
Yeah.
People don't understand Afghanistan wasn't always ruled by the Taliban. Look at Afghanistan.
Right. Yes.
1960s, 1970s.
And at one point, Afghanistan was very secular, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at Iraq. Same place, Iraq. And the only reason people marvel and drool over Dubai and UAE is because they do use Islam to keep people in check, but they've allowed Westerners to come in and build. Do you think they built that stuff? No. Look at Lebanon under Christians, and then when the Muslims came, all the fighting that happened.
Yeah.
Another beautiful place, paradise, destroyed. So
Christians are just more peaceful people, you think, compared to Muslims? What do you think?
Islam has not had a reformation. And it's a sad thing about it is when you look at the culture, early Islam, the buildings, the technology and things like that, it's like this darkness came when fundamentalists took over. Mm-hmm. They haven't made any progress. They've slipped back into the dark ages and they haven't changed. Yeah. Unlike Christianity, let's keep in mind now, early Christianity, Europe went through the dark ages.
Yeah.
People like Galileo were prosecuted. Yep. There was no science to take baths, things like that. And this was after the great civilization of Rome. Europe went into darkness. But then you had people like Martin Luther and others that say, hey, why are we listening to the Catholic Church? Why are we listening to these people when the Bible says we can go to God for ourselves? Why do we have to go to these greedy, dirty bishops? Because that's all they are. Greedy, dirty bishops who are taking over everything. They own land. We're living in poverty. We can learn and read the Bible for ourselves. Did you know that the church didn't even want people reading the Bible?
I didn't know that. No. And no, why is that?
Because of power.
What do you mean?
Islam allows and there are a lot of intellectual Muslims who would like to have a larger voice to question things, but they can't because it's a power thing. And until that happens, we'll continue to see this. Because if you question the reason, why is the imam always right? Why can't I question him? Why can't, certain things happen as far as women allowed to have a voice? Why is it that the fundamentalists are allowed, and never forget people like the Taliban, all of them, they're funded, and
Yeah.
also too, Western governments fund them as well.
Yeah, of course.
But until that happens, this is what we have. And then too, cultural wise, Islam is not practiced the same everywhere. Like in a lot of African countries that practice Islam, women do have a voice. They're not treated.
Well, look at Indonesia. It's practiced. Isn't it practiced a little bit different in Indonesia as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
So a lot of that, like I said, comes back to tribal differences, cultural differences.
Yeah.
You can't change that.
What would you do? What would you do if it were up to you to deal with this?
To deal with what's happening over there? I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would make sure.
Well, I mean, just all this religion anyway. What would you do?
I don't care what people's religion is. You believe what you want to believe, but there has to be order. And I believe in maintaining order. There's some good, and I found there's good in Christianity. There's good in Buddhism. There's good in Hinduism. There's good in Judaism. I believe in a patriarchal society.
Mm-hmm.
But most of all, I believe in upholding rule of law.
And what religion are you?
Me? I don't believe in anything. Nope. I believe that man controls his own destiny.
Okay.
And like I said, I don't have a problem with people and their religious beliefs. But if you believe in something, then you should practice it.
Yeah.
And what most people do is they practice bits and pieces of it. And then they want to try to condemn other people. I don't do that. Whatever you believe in, you uphold it and follow it. I don't need to hear about it. Nobody else needs to hear about it. As long as it's not influencing what I believe is what I believe. What you believe is what you believe. But most of all, I think there has to be some belief in a higher power for people. I don't believe that we should rely on the government, because if we remove religion, let's say we just made everybody atheists, then we have what was known as the Soviet Union, which is a state as God. And that opens up another can of worms. And then you have immorality. So there has to be order. There has to be fear of consequences for your actions. And that's why I don't like the modern day Christians, because they think like God forgives everything that you do. And that's not true. Because why is in one section of the Bible he punishes people for their evil doing, and the next thing he forgives them? No. Come on. But that's just my personal beliefs. I know, like I said, people believe whatever they want to believe. I just don't believe the modern Christians believe in what they believe in, because if they did, they'd be building better families. They wouldn't be out there committing adultery. They have better communities. I wish we were a Christian country. But unfortunately, here we are.
Do you think human beings have the capability of getting to that level of Christ?
I think they do, but it would take force. It would take force.
Have you ever met a true Christian in your life, like a person who embodied like Jesus, like the teachings of Christ?
No.
Nope.
Okay. And I don't find fault with people.
Not even close.
No. Okay. I mean, there are lots of people who do good work.
Yeah.
But I don't believe in putting people in a state of heaven. Because even the prophets themselves, if you read the Bible, they have flaws. But you don't look at their flaws, you judge a man by his works.
Yeah.
And as a Christian or as a Buddhist or as a Hindu, you put in work.
Why do Buddhists tend to be more peaceful than Christian people?
Buddhists are not trying to force their beliefs on people. And a lot of times Buddhists believe in a circle of life, just like Hindus do. That if I do bad in this life, then I create bad karma in the next life.
Oh.
So for us, death is not the end of all things. We're always being reborn again. So you don't commit sins that will cause you to have a bad next life, and sins that will reflect on your children and the generations after you, because we believe that families carry burden. Your bloodline carries a burden.
Really?
Yes.
If we shared a border with Syria or one of these Middle Eastern countries, what would they do?
It depends. I think what's happening, what you see, what's happening in the Middle East, it's all politics. And the same thing was happening in Africa. Like you said, those things could be stopped. But hey, there's wealth to be had.
Yeah.
Wealth to be had cheaply.
Yeah.
So if we're constantly fighting, and that's the part that where I say where the European mind is more advanced, and especially the East Asian mind is more advanced. They think to the future. And that's the sad thing is, and people might find fault what I say, but the problem of the Black man is the same all over the world. He does not think into the future. And the thing about the Arabs, their intelligence, they don't think into the future as well.
Yeah.
And that's why their countries are the way they are. And it's a sad thing about it is, CT, you look at, there have been Black leaders that pop up in Africa and places like that, and they've been assassinated, betrayed by their own people. The same thing that's happened in the Middle East. Nobody wants to say, hey, let's put down our weapons. I don't like you. I hate you. I don't want you marrying my family, but we have to build a society. Europeans were willing to do that.
What are Americans, back to the AI conversation, what are Americans going to do when AI takes over? Did you already answer that question? I don't think you did.
We're going to have a caste society. Okay. We're going to have a caste society, and it's already happening. Okay. That's the reason why they're bringing in the migrants here. You notice, like, for instance, in a lot of states, you'll see them, they're like the servant class, you could say. And then you have the top tier, 1%, they control everything, your Jeff Bezos, your tech bros, which control the information. And then you have the next class of people who the higher intelligent immigrants that are coming, the higher intelligent Americans who be living in their own separate communities. And that's how they keep their money. They're going to have the best schools. They'll be able to send their kids to private schools to get the best education. And the majority of the population, regular blue-collar workers, are going to be competing because they're always going to be cheap labor. Please don't be fooled by what Donald Trump is saying. He's not deporting as many people as he say he is. And that's not going to change because they're going to need cheap labor. And whether it's through blue-collar labor or through HB1 visas, there is going to be a caste system. And that's just...
Corin says elephants, bears, tigers get along better. Yeah, they do. Oh yeah. Corin, I agree with you on that. We're animals, man. Human beings are just despicable.
But the question, CT, I like to ask is why I like to ask you, and maybe somebody in the audience will ask, why isn't society cannot be fixed? We know what the problems are. We know what the solutions are.
Society can be
why
fixed.
Can't we build a better society?
Yeah, logic and reasoning and the embracing of science and technology. And
not just that, even because not everybody is going to be.
You want to be honest with you?
Technology.
You want to be honest with you?
Just to build a better community. Why do we have to constantly allow people to steal, to commit murder?
We can't because we have too many. First of all, we are fighting over fairy tales. My fairy tale is more important and believable than your fairy tale. We're fighting over fairy tales. Let's be honest about it. A lot of that shit is just bullshit. A lot of that shit is just some shit that man made. That's one of the problems. We're fighting over fairy tales. Then we're fighting over, or then a lot of us have just bad genetics.
That's what I think the key is.
A lot of us have, yeah, like you
bad
said,
genes. Bad genes.
bad genes,
And it's generational.
Yeah, bad genes. And then, a lot of people are just really dumb. There's, in my opinion, when you don't really embrace math and science, something happens with your brain. Like your brain isn't connected a certain way. So,
but do you think it's being also done on purpose? Because if we have a large society of dumb people, they help fund the prison complex. They help fund certain organizations within keep profits. So on purposely, the population, the large amount of dumb population is good because it keeps certain groups.
Some people benefit off of it,
Right.
Like if I'm selling alcohol, I want alcoholics in the society, right? I don't want people to stop people from drinking alcohol. I worked at a school where these schools service at-risk kids who are bad as shit. There's teachers and administrators, they don't want those kids' behavior corrected because then they lose a job. So yeah, a lot of it is just human corruption. There's people
and it's on both sides too.
Yes, on both
Some
sides.
people say it's liberals, but no,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Too. Because you look in a lot of these red states, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, where's the industry? Where's that Silicon Valley?
Yeah. Yeah, there's people who benefit off of the prison complex. I mean, the industrial prison complex. Like, there's people who benefit off of race. Oh yeah. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Blue Deers agrees with me. Yeah, of course. Of course. AI government says the coming technological, the singularity, that's the word I've been looking for, will be the end of human era as we will advance technologically at an incomprehensible rate. Yes, which is coming down the line. Oh, yeah.
But do you think that some people will be happy with that? Because there's a saying called there's happiness in slavery. As long as they have their meager rations, their meager health care, they're happy.
Well, I said before, maybe that will force us to look to the stars, and that's an infinite pursuit. Maybe that'll force a lot of people to want to start studying science and mathematics and astronomy and physics. And, I don't know. I mean, I think that's the solution, or that might be the solution to a degree.
But the fear I have with that is that, like I said, there's going to be a large group of people who are not going to want to put in the work for the science and don't have, like we mentioned before, the genetics or the capabilities, and those people are going to turn on the intellectuals. So that's my look into the future, is that the intellectuals have to be able to prepare themselves and separate, because as the dumber the population gets and the larger they get and the less that they have, they're already talking about the rich. Who do you think they're talking about when they talk about get the rich? Because they can't get at people like Jeff Bezos. They can't get at your Republicans or senators. They're going after you and I because we're considered rich. And the media props up their propaganda.
That's a possibility.
The rich don't pay taxes. But wait a minute, hold up. Who is classified as rich? Average Joe out there working, doesn't qualify for the free health care and the free stuff. But the main people out there marching, talking about they want free this, free that, a lot of them don't even contribute anything to the system.
No, they don't.
And they have no problem with sending billions to Ukraine and to Israel, and got mad when the president, even though he could have handled it better, with Zelensky. But my question to those people is, so you're mad that he's cutting off from their funding? I thought you were the same people that said you should have free college. Think about all the American doctors and scientists we could have funded with the billions we're wasting over in Ukraine. The billions we wasted in Afghanistan. The billions we wasted given to Israel?
Yeah, a lot.
The billions we wasted on illegals. There's not an infinite cash flow as we're seeing.
Where do you see us in 50 years?
That's a good question. That's a good question. I don't see us making too much progress. I see us as the same as we were right now. I mean, if we go back 20 years and look at those old tapes from CBS from 1960s, 1970s, they're still talking about the same thing. What are you talking about? Healthcare, poverty, homelessness, all talking points.
Yeah.
And nothing ever changes. So, I don't know. How do you see us in the next 50 years?
Large scale technological and innovation. Space elevators, colonies on the moon, a suppression of, and not a government suppression, but more it's going to come with a suppression by the intellectuals of religion. Religion is going to be probably seen as something that's antiquated. You believe you whatever you believe, but it's going to be more. It's not going to be a factor that it's not going to be something that will be needed. Look at Catholicism, right? Or look at Christian church, right? They do a lot of philanthropic work, but they only do it because of there are disenfranchised people. They only do it because there are poor people, and philanthropy makes you look good, right? It makes you look good.
You know what I see?
Wait, let me just finish real quick. But there will be no more philanthropy because a lot of countries right now have emerging markets. Look at Nigeria. Nigeria is an emerging market. South Africa. You're going to have a lot of countries that were once poor, a lot of people that were once poor and impoverished, who are going to be the equivalent of middle class and up, right? So there's going to be a decline in religion or these institutions doing these philanthropic works, right? So they have
middle class according to their standards, not according to Western.
Right. But so they have lesser influence, right? When you don't need to feed people because people will have figured out, how to, manufacture and produce their own food or whatnot. So you won't need all of these, help the needy programs that a lot of these institutions, these social welfare programs do. So we're going to see a decline in the church and other religious institutions because that's their bread and butter, And so we're going to probably see a more, in my opinion, a more scientific and mathematical society. That doesn't mean that everybody's going to, know complex math or anything, but you're going to probably see a more reasoned society. Like eventually, man, you're going to see so much of these videos of people getting slaughtered that eventually people are going to get tired of it. People are going to get tired of seeing this stuff. And I feel like you're going to probably move forward to more progressive ideology and progressive culture. And you can clearly see what the problem is here. It's these institutions, these religious institutions. You say it's tribalism, which I also agree with, but I really see a future that is going to really be more spacefaring, more technological, without a doubt. Yeah.
But I think there are somewhat, but I also feel like there's going to be a rebellion. There are people who don't want to move forward, and there's going to be rebellion, and politicians are going to use it for that. As far as the third world is always going to be the third world. You know why? First of all, third world needs to fix its birth control problem. There's too many people. Until they get that birth control thing, and that's for all the Asian countries, they need Africa, they need to get the birth rates under. Yeah. They're not going to get out of poverty. That's the only reason why we have first world nations is because of birth control, the control of the populations.
Yeah.
and the healthcare part. Until they get that under control, they're not. That's the reason why India has not advanced let's say, as far as China and other places. They have too many people. Those people need jobs. They cannot provide jobs to those people, so those people will be constantly running to the West. Same thing in Latin America. And let me tell you something. The Catholic Church is against birth control. So you're always going to have those countries going to say dirt poor, impoverished, because it keeps the Catholic Church in power.
Yeah.
The same thing with Islam. They breed like rats. As long as they're breeding, they're always going to be in power. So if people really want to see those countries advance, they have to get their birth rates under. There's too many of them. Because they're going to keep flooding the West until they do. And even when they come to Western countries, they have a whole bunch of children.
Yeah, they do. They really do. Yeah, I mean, so yeah, again, that's where I see ourselves in 50 years.
And I also see that freedom of speech is going to be continually taken away from us.
You believe
the
that?
Media control, yes.
Okay.
And a lot of people say, well, the internet and all this and that. No. Believe me, you see what they want you to see, even on the internet.
Okay.
And as good as AI, it gets even better, they'll be able to have even more control.
You could be right. You could be right. And your opinion is your opinion. But, you know, you can only have stupid people for so long, right? Eventually, people are, you you go everywhere, people are on their phones playing Candy Crush. But I really believe eventually you'll get like a surge and people wanted to know stuff.
They will want to know stuff, but they'll be fed information. And, stupid people are benefiting one way. Because as long as they're distracted playing Candy Crush and watching little TikTok videos, they're not out there robbing and committing crimes. You probably can send them videos to make them happy and feel better about themselves. I mean, you can change the mentality of people. It can be used for good, but I also think it can be used to manipulate people. So a thinking population is a dangerous population. They don't want you thinking too much.
It's gonna be a lot of people left behind too, in 50 years. But you know what I really believe was gonna happen in 50 years? I really believe that, and this might happen a lot sooner than we think. I really believe that we're gonna invent, not we, because I ain't inventing nothing, but maybe faster than light travel. Faster than light travel. Imagine being able to go to the edge of the solar system in a matter of seconds or minutes. It's possible. Nice. It would be nice. Yeah.
But if I was those aliens and I saw the ship coming, I said if I was one of those aliens and I saw a ship coming, I would shoot it out. I would shoot.
Why is that? Why is that?
Because if the aliens are smart, they will see how we treat each other on Earth, and they will
talk about the dark forest paradigm. The dark forest paradigm. See, do you know what that is?
Yeah, I do.
The mere existence, you can't ascertain if it's a threat, and by the time you know, you're dead. So you got to eliminate the threat first.
Go ahead.
Look, you still like this advancement, like technology. Dude, technology just brings quicker, easier, more efficient ways of us to kill each other. It doesn't matter like what technology you bring; it's the essential dynamics of humanity. Like you can just go, oh, there's going to be more technology. Okay, and with more technology, it means we'll blow up the planet quicker. Like it doesn't like CT. You're a music fan, right?
Yeah.
You ever heard Tool's Right Into?
No.
Tell me Right Into. You should listen to it after you get off here. It talks about this. He says monkeys killing monkeys over pieces of the ground, and that
sounds like what I be saying.
Yeah. Well, he's a Catholic too. Maynard's a Catholic. But what he says, God, why did you envision us and give us the wisdom to understand this if we're going to live like this?
Yeah.
And so it's a paradigm. It's look, CT, you can't just go, oh, technology and quote advancement is just going to make us better. Like people think, like she said earlier, the Dark Ages, right? The Dark Ages were called the Dark Ages just because there wasn't a unifying language anymore. There were separate languages. Latin was no longer the unifying language. There were Germanic languages were coming, French, Portuguese, Spanish. These were all developing. So it wasn't dark because it was stupid things or people weren't inventing things or it wasn't. No, because the Latin wasn't the unifying language. That's why it's called the Dark Ages. But CT, look, you can't just advance and advance and advance. Look, CT, you have Warhammer 40K, right? That's advancing, but that's advancing, but not advancing mentality.
Yeah.
You know, you can advance all kinds of technology and not advance morality or what. Look, the imposition for people to look up and go, why is all that out there? Is because they wanted to understand God. The everything. Science itself, the modern day understanding of science is because people wanted to understand how did God did what he did.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with just like CT. If you don't have a higher imposition to try to understand it, why would you want to? CT, if you can get to a point where you're fat, happy, and you don't have to do anything and you're just lazing around, there's nothing to do with, why think of more than that? There's no reason to. If you're not thinking, there's not like, you can get to a point where you can eliminate enough people on the planet and make technology easy for a couple thousand people. And there's no reason to go beyond that. They'll have everything they need. They can just live back, have everything. Technology will give them exactly what they want. No stress, no violence, no anything. There's only a couple thousand people, but there's no reason to look up after that. They got everything they need. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you got to like CT, like, remember, you're talking about like art, science, man. CT, the greatest musical composers were Christian. Beethoven, Bach's son, Mozart, all these were Catholic. The greatest artists, painters, the greatest singers. These are all Christian people that did this because they believed that the gifts that they had were because God gave it to them to express those gifts. I mean,
and they also
like there's no reason. There's no reason for Newton to do what he did. Why did Newton sit there and have no family, no kids, no any? Because he literally was sitting here. The Principia de Mathematica, CT. It literally says in the preamble, I did not do what I've done just for the sake of it. I've done it so people could understand the glory and majesty of God in the work of the world. Like he's expressing, he's saying, look at the miracles of God has done for us. Only through a divine creator could these majestic things have been created. Only a superior mind could have imagined these things so perfectly working in integration.
Also, Imperius, I want to expand on that too. Look at the architecture they created in the name of God. The Renaissance, you have the Sistine Chapel.
You have Raphael, you have Da Vinci, you have everyone.
Right.
Bernini.
You don't find that in atheist societies. You have the square shit that we have now. They're building the square glass, no love.
Yeah,
no
CT bitch is about the death of all the great work of arts and all the great individualism. Individualism can only be expressed with Christianity, or you become communist. Communism is the antithetical nature to religion and faith. That was what the Borg was. Like CT, the reason he created the Borg was to reflect a anti-religion, monolithic, robotic society, like the Chinese.
Yeah.
And you're talking about science fiction. CT, come on, man. What did Kirk say? He said, we have our God, our one God, and that's sufficient. Thank you.
And the Chinese at one time did create beauty before the communists. Remember silk.
The Chinese was a gorgeous society before the communists took over.
Yes.
The Han Chinese culture. CT, remember, even the Chinese were faithful people back in the day. Like it's fascinating to prove what is he talking about? Has he read Mozart's and Beethoven's writings? Has he read the what Napoleon said on his deathbed? Has he read? Like, that's what I'm saying. You got to know what you're talking about. Like, people don't just do things. There's no the whole thing of what you're talking about of advancement, CT, is just a concept. Why advance? If you're living a gluttonous life, doing what you're doing, and all your senses are being overloaded, why do anything more than that? Like the people that advance society are the ones that put aside those individualistic, hedonistic impulses and see that they have a gift and they want to express that for a greater purpose.
And you can't create anything if you're constantly at a war with each other, fighting each other all the time.
Well, that's why we have the CT, you want me to read the doctrine of discovery to you? Inter caetera?
No, you don't have to.
Well, CT, it says CT, it says the Catholic faith shall be exalted in everywhere, increased and spread, and the health of souls be cared for, and the barbarous nations be overthrown and brought to the faith itself. Okay, CT? So that is what must be done. It's been 1492 that was written. So, it hasn't changed. We haven't revoked that. It's still there. Like, I look, in the end, CT, have you ever read the book Clash of Civilizations?
I've heard of it. I've never read it.
Great book that you would really enjoy in regards to this topic about the conflict that will eventually come between the West and the Islamic or, paganistic world. Great book, CT. I think your wife's probably read it. I would think you got that's it. This whole paradigm of what you're talking about is right here, because eventually, CT, as much as Christians, and this is the thing, these Protestants all the time, they want to sit there and go, just be pacifists and let your head get chopped off. Like, that's not how it is. Okay. The fact is, self-defense was promoted. Christ said, if you have no sword, take your sheath or take your shawl.
He is saying what you're saying is cult babble.
He's cult of the vagina. I mean, that guy's the biggest, he's the biggest Coomer gremlin on here, CT. You can't be, I mean, look, EAE he's a monster of a human being, CT. I mean, really? You might as well just look at some kind of, he's like a Gamora monster. I mean, CT, if you had one giant vagina that he could just dive into, he would.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, if you ever seen the cartoon, the South Park cartoon where Kenny gets real messed up and those giant boobs and everything are all around? And you've never seen that episode, the rock episode?
I didn't really watch it like that. I didn't really watch South Park.
Oh, South Park's, dude, CT, South Park's one of the greatest.
It's real funny. Yeah, it pokes fun.
Well, there's this episode where Kenny is he gets high off cat piss that pisses in his face. And he has this hallucination of this rock cartoon that he goes into, and he goes to, it's all just huge boobs and stuff. And that's EAE. That people know in the audience what I'm talking about. EAE's a Coomer, dude, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And look, EAE is just upset. He's fighting against himself. He's he's the wiry, skinny black nerd that he's trying to just fight against masculinity. He wants to look at video games and stuff and all these secular things as masculine,
EAE says Imperius is on audio of a big day saying that if God said deemed unaliving children as a good thing, it would automatically be deemed a righteous
thing. It's true.
God's ordered it. Okay.
So I'll tell you why. Why? Yeah. Okay. This is what I've always asked people. Morality and the paradigm of morality is only understood through intelligence or moral perception, cognitions. If you have an intelligence with unlimited cognitions, how can us as simple, squishy, pea-brained things question the morality imposed on you by omniscience? Logic doesn't, his logic doesn't. If you had something that knew of all things and could do all things, the argument, that's not moral. It just shows his impotence as a little 5-year-old. No, daddy, you're wrong. You know more than me, but I don't like what you're telling me to do. That's all it is.
Somebody drop the link so EAE can come up.
He won't. He's sitting there. He's beating off to tentacle porn right now.
Oh, come on.
No, he is. I love EAE, but he's an admitted Coomer. No, he's beating off to, what was the Dragon Ball Z character's name? The one with the big boobs that had that's what he's beating. What was that one, CT? What was the chick? Velma, I think?
I have no idea.
I don't remember what it's called. That's EAE right now. He's on a beautiful Sunday. Instead of going to mass, his mass is in front of his computer with his lotion. His communion is with his computer. Okay. But I'm just saying, CT, there's no need for all this. All right. Anyways, I got to hop off. I got to go to the white man's paradise of, Trader Joe's. I'll be back later.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. I want to say this. Why does everything have to turn sexual?
Apes. That's it. We're apes.
I mean, we women come on here and we can trash each other, but we never go there.
We are apes.
Come on,
That's
guys.
that's the only answer.
Imperious, I love, I love Imperious. I would love to go out with coffee for him, but always the gay jokes and the sexual stuff. Come on, man. And he's far too intelligent for that.
We're apes. That's it. That's it. We're apes trying to pretend to be something other than the fact that we are apes. That's the answer. That's the answer. He goes back to that because he can't help it. He's an ape. He's a chimpanzee. We haven't evolved. Some of us have, I believe. I believe some of us have. But I believe that's more of the ones who promote science more and in mathematics more. I've met a lot of hyper religious people like Imperious in my life. It doesn't shock me that he resorts to stuff like that. Just like with those Syrians, it doesn't shock me. It doesn't shock me at all.
So do you think they'll ever stop fighting? Because I don't think they ever will. I think even if they were, let's just say the Muslims took over entire Syria, everybody in the full hijab, the men have beards all the way down to their ankles, everybody's wrapped up, praying to Allah 12 times a day. I think they'd still be fighting each other.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They want.
What do you think, Hafez?
Yeah. What do you think, Hafez? Those are your people.
Sorry, I just wanted to say, you 4 hours in and there's only like 2-3 people on the panel. Are you doing another white people show?
Yes. Very white. Very white. Well, I'm doing a show. Right, I'm doing a show about. Right. I'm doing a show about AI robots taking over. And
there you go. There you go. That's why there's an empty panel.
and also, why aren't Christians in uproar about the Christians being slaughtered in Syria?
Okay, that's a little bit more. The thing is, you see, all the topics you just mentioned, your regular panelists give no shit about.
Yeah.
AI? They don't know AI. They don't understand AI, and sure as hell they're not going to talk about it. Syrian Christians? They don't give a damn about Syrian Christians.
They only care about American. Only American Christians they care about. Go ahead.
Half the time they barely even care about them. Yeah. It's about FBAs, man. What you do? You know the formula by now. It's like a cooking show. You sprinkle a little FBA, a little bit of Gematria, a teaspoon of ninjas, and then you've got the CT soup.
Yeah. Why would the
you know what to do.
The Earth is what the Americas were before you disgusting Europeans and Africans came. Those aliens, if they decided to show, we are all done. Thank you so much, Juan. Salute you. Go ahead, Hafiz. Go ahead, buddy.
Look. I was literally at Speaker's Corner right now trying to talk to Muslims about the Syrian shit. They don't say anything. They don't care. Where are the Muslim protesters? And those Syrians are Arabs, by the way. Those Syrians aren't Europeans. They're not German Christians. They're not Swedish Christians. No, they're Arabs. They're Arabs. They're kin. The same blood runs through the veins of those Muslims as it does those Syrian Christians. But they don't give a shit. No, they don't give a shit. Nobody's protesting for the Syrian Christians. You can go out, go to any colleges. Do they say free Syrian Christians? You hear that? I don't hear no river to the sea chant for them.
That's why all that free Palestine stuff is fake garbage. Because a lot of Palestinians are Christians as well.
Yes, it's manufactured. It's all manufactured. No, people don't really care. People don't care unless they're told to care. You know, they care about the Ukrainian Christians. Oh, the Ukrainian Christians been killed by potentially Russian Christians. Oh, now that matters because you're told that that's supposed to matter. You're told that is matter. That is something you have to wear a little pin for. Change your Facebook profile in the Ukrainian colors. Slavia, Ukraina. Yes, yeah, that one matters.
What they won't talk about is even before everybody got on the board talking about how great Ukraine was, Ukrainians were murdering Russian-speaking Ukrainians for years. The Azov battalion. Somehow that's been erased. Nobody talks about that anymore.
Oh my God. I am so glad you brought that up. I'm so glad that, first of all, you're a very base lady. I'm sorry, I don't know who you are, but you are wonderfully based.
They've erased the Azov battalion off the internet. You can't find anything. Even Vice News a couple of years ago did one. They won't talk about how the Russian-speaking people of Ukraine asked Vladimir Putin for his help because they were being slaughtered.
They have been trying to secede from Ukraine. They're trying to separate themselves from Ukrainians because the Azov battalion are literal Nazis.
Yes.
Literally, they're Nazis.
And Hafez, somehow it was wiped. Also, Americans forget Ukrainians are responsible for the death of thousands of Polish people during World War II. Not Polish, they were murdering Polish Jews as well, but Polish Christians. They were on the side of the Nazis. So all of a sudden, we're supposed to forget all that and say Russia bad. Russia bad. I'm not taking up for Putin. But when the fight came, the Russians showed up. Ukrainians were on the side of the Nazis, and they murdered thousands, hundreds of thousands. Look it up, people, of Polish Christians. Poland has not.
Real quick, let me read the super chat real quick. Juan says, imagine when autonomous AI get artificially made bodies, the American Christians will claim to be Christians. What? Man, made by. Okay, imagine when autonomous AI get artificially made bodies, the American Christians will claim them to be Christians. Okay.
You're saying the robots will be Christians if the AI makes them.
Yeah. EAE wants a three-way with Jessica Rabbit and Sailor Moon. Go ahead, guys.
Hey, I don't know. I'll take the Jessica Rabbit. I'm not sure what the other one is.
Well, I mean, I'm doing a doubleheader today, so go ahead, Hafiz.
Is this your second stream?
No, this is my first one. It's my first one.
Oh, sorry. As in you're doing doubleheaders in two different topics.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to end this one and do one a little later. Yeah, but go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah. Look. Again, I don't know whether the audience. I think your audience. You see, the thing is, your audience are intelligent, or at least a lot of them are intelligent, apart from the sprinkling of the ninjas. But overall, most of your audience knows or should know that this situation with Ukraine is manufactured. The situation in Palestine is manufactured. Your consent is manufactured, should I say? Not the situations are happening. People are dying. These people are all cannon fodder for whatever political game whichever side is playing. But your consent, your life is manufactured. You are told what to do, what to wear, what haircut to get, what soap to use, what cereal to eat. You don't know it, but you are told this every day of your life. Free will is almost debatable if you even have it anymore. Because even Sam Harris has been arguing that for years. Whether do you really have free will? Given the myriads of manipulation that is playing in your life and that are herding you in directions in which you may or may not never ever choose to go directly yourself. So that's the realization that I found. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm somehow high and mighty and above all that crap because I've figured this shit out. No, I'm just awake for it. The veil has been lifted. I know I'm being manipulated. I'm at least aware that if I suddenly fancy KFC, it's not because I really fancy KFC. It's because there's been 100 subliminal KFC messages going to my brain throughout the day, from billboards to ads and all sorts of things. Suddenly at night, I'm like, shall I have KFC? By the way, I will have KFC tonight. I am going to a KFC right now. I just want to let you know that, as greasy as it may be, as much as it will bring me another inch closer to that inevitable heart attack, I am still going to have KFC. Sorry, went on.
No, you're good. I'm gonna get up out of here, guys. Thank you so much. I'll be back a little later. Yep. Oh yeah. Thank you so much, man. Salute to you guys.
You never hit the like button. It's free. I said, as always, hit that like button, you lazy son of a bitches. They're always too lazy to hit that like button.
Are there ever any fights on Speaker's Corner or at Speaker's Corner?
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's loads. Christ, a guy did a compilation of fights in 2023, and actually he did another one for 24. It's almost an hour long. So many. I mean, it's individual incidences with punches and kicks and pushes, and you know what I mean. But I saw a guy get knocked out.
Yeah.
Clean, just boom, a right cross.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it happens. It happens. Not that often, but it does happen. Yeah. Anyway, dude, I'll leave you.
Thank you so much, man. Yeah, peace, guys. I will be back. Let me see. Nas, Lindy Lou, Jordan, salute to you once again. Jordan Lawrence with the super chat, salute to you. Chris Reed with the super chat, just my 4 cents. Bob Crown Reese, salute to you. Juan Mao and Imperial, salute to you, man. I'll be back later, guys. Have a good one. Peace.